Hello, good Edward. You're first again. You like squeezed by it, but didn't have to.
Yes, hello. It's spaghetti time.
Oh, so you sent me pictures of his. He had a burger and teriyaki chicken with fries for lunch.
Well, good for him.
It sounded really good.
I also had a burger for lunch today.
You had a burger? Oh yeah, because you went out for lunch with your boss, wasn't it?
Yeah.
How did that go?
Well, he ended up ordering the food in because he's still nervous about going to restaurants and
That's
stuff.
understandable.
But no, it was pretty good. It was
Where'd you order from?
4 and 5 Tavern. They have
4 and
Juicy
5?
Yeah, 4 and 5 Tavern, and they had Juicy Lucy's.
I swear I've heard of that. I think at 5-8, but no, there's two main places known for the Juicy Lucy's, and then there's a ton of other places that sell them. They're just not the staple. They're not what they're known for.
They're not the Juicy Lucy's places. No. But no, 4 and 5 Tavern was pretty good. I had a Juicy Lucy on a pretzel bun, and then I had some like cheesy tater tots. So it was a very Minnesotan meal.
Okay, I'll put that out there. Okay. I haven't been able to check Discord much today because I've been on stream.
Yes, I stopped in for like a second.
Yeah, I saw that. You were talking crap.
And then I had to go immediately after I posted that because work started happening again.
So I couldn't stay for most of Math Fest stream. That's fine. I'm going to be doing it a bit more tomorrow. We got to the ice place. The ice planet.
It's been a long time since I played through Mass Effect.
I know, it's like I'm remembering things as I'm seeing it, like in detail, but until I saw it, I couldn't remember it in
Like,
specifics.
I'm sure, that's how I think my playthrough would be. It'd be like, oh yeah, I remember this as it happens.
Mm-hmm. But it is, so far, there was a glitch where, like, the second person in your team would never leave the elevator. Like, they would kind of stand there and be like, I can't move. They would actually say it. And then, like, if you got far enough away, they would just start leaving. But that was an easy thing. It wasn't really a problem. Other than that, there was, like, a weird thing in the main menu, and everything's running fine. So there's been no game-breaking weird stuff.
So, is it a complete remake of the game, or did they just, like, replace
No,
models and stuff?
they basically took the original game, redid all the textures, and then cleaned up some of the things about it that people didn't like. But kept all the base mechanics.
Just the textures or the models as well?
No, I think the models are basically the same. They might have upped it a little bit, but they still seem polygonally a little bit higher. Not bad in any way. It still looks great. Some of the facial stuff was a little increased. They improved the cars, how it runs. Combat feels better. Some of the combat elements feel better.
So essentially it's just a facelift.
Yeah, and it runs way better. Like, I can run it at 2K at 140 frames. But yeah, so they didn't. I don't want them to. I don't want them to remake the game. Mm-hmm. If they're going to do that, like Final Fantasy VII Remake was a fantastic example of a game where a remake worked. But this was one where if they just do slight things, it would be worse. So they made everything the same. Weapons don't have their clips like in 2 and 3. It's still full cooldown.
At that point, though, having to rebuy the game seems a little bit much. It was just a facelift to the original.
What's up? If you're going to ask me if you should go watch YouTube or stay here, I think I'm going to be telling you to stay here because you want to like there we go. So do you want to disappoint this happy horse? Like, I don't think you want to disappoint Happy Horse. That did not open.
Oh, sup? You should stay here with us and then go watch the video.
Oh, watch my videos? What? As long as you watch the monetized ones. No, I'm just kidding.
Only the monetized ones.
No, those are there forever. The streams now.
Cool.
You said that as I'm taking a drink. Well, thank you, Vodka.
Cool.
I've got booze too. Thank you very much for the subs there. Congrats to Mood Chaser and Duck Lord of All. Every now and then you get one of those usernames that are just supremely enjoyable.
Yes.
The Dr. Pepper with the whiskey is actually a pretty good mix.
I've always liked Dr. Pepper with whiskey, so.
It's a nice change. I do enjoy it. So if you don't have those, I'll get to them eventually.
I mean, yeah.
Otherwise, I mean, yeah.
Have at them, because I'm in no, like, if you want more.
I think they're fine.
And they're fine. I'm going to get rid of them and then go back to Dr. Pepper.
Vodka to your health with only Russia being healthy. So this is a whiskey coat, or it's a whiskey Dr. Pepper, but it looks really light because I've been getting Zevia, it's a soda, but it's perfectly clear, and it's pretty good. Anyway, so to continue our, I took like an hour off, so this is like hour 7 of streaming today. So at 10, took an hour off, but.
So how exhausted are you at this point?
No, it was just gaming.
Well, yeah, but playing a game for 6 hours straight would wear me out because I'm old.
It's so fun though. So I did do a little bit of work on this on the side. I'm back to my old ways. You get dangerous. Explosion. And who did I miss saying hello to? No, you weren't first. Edward was still first. And hello, Violet. Hello, Surya. Hello, Nolan. Hello, Becca. So I did do a little bit of work on this, but it was mainly like the little small build-up things that I just needed to kind of finish up. Like, so I added 2 extra characters. One walking here and one walking back here. It's just to make the city feel a little more alive. I don't want too much going on because I need to make sure that the characters that we're looking at are the ones that are foot focus, and being that they're towards the center of the screen, and I want to make sure like this entire area has nothing that ever goes in it. And I'm thinking with how many people are walking around, I have these 2 sitting down, having like sandwiches or something.
That's cute.
Well, all they're doing is literally just kind of.
Yeah, but they're a cute couple, and I like them.
So they're just kind of sitting there. So I don't think I'm going to add too much more. I did add.
But.
Hello, Boris, and hello, Waffles.
You still haven't like.
No, I haven't added the most important horse.
No, not the horse. The building.
Sugar Cube Corner? Mm-hmm. No. No.
But it should be close to the center of town.
Where's the center of town?
You're in it.
No, I'm not. How am I in the center of town?
Because the one building's here.
No, it's not. Where is it?
It's just off screen, but I know it's there.
Yeah, but it's off screen. It doesn't mean it is there. It's for all the angles that I'm going to be utilizing, it doesn't mean anything. So I just probably won't bother with it. Been kind of avoiding animation work recently. I want to try to learn basic movements, but I always struggle with the graph editor. I do plan on getting back to it. I don't even use the graph editor. I struggled with it too, and my struggling ended with screw this. It's a great thing, and it has some uses, or it has great use, and especially if you want to do more professional stuff in the future, it's a great thing to get used to. But I just stick with what I'm used to.
The best argument ever is, but.
No, that's exactly, because if you're wanting to enjoy doing something and you just feel you're not enjoying it and you shouldn't be doing it. So I was just like and so I just didn't do it. What else did I do? I moved these fences. I moved them. I thought giving like structure to the town would be nice. So I added a border here, one here, just to make it feel like everything's a little bit more like contained. And I do enjoy the add-on for that. I just don't play with the graph editor. That's fine. Come on. I forgot to hit record. Oh, it is. Okay. So I did that. So this shot is basically, once I give them a little bit of life, this shot could be basically done. I added the other little twist
cute.
thing. She's rocking. Yeah, I was just going to have her look to that side, but I couldn't make it, like, from this angle, it can look like she's looking at the scooter. From this angle, I was having difficulty making it her look at the scooter, so I thought instead I have her look at her foot. Even though it was a very similar turn, it just didn't work the same. Oh, interesting thing. So with Scootaloo, to get her helmet on was actually a lot more work than just the helmet. For one,
I just shrink her hair down, didn't you? Oh no.
So there's actually a smaller Scootaloo inside her head. I could not get her actual hair to be pulled correctly, so and to be the right size. So instead I did a smaller version of Scoots, because the other one, her actual hair, if I tried to move it, it would still be poking out in certain areas. So instead I hid her hair completely, took another Scootaloo that was smaller, and then moved just random bits of hair to kind of poke out. And then I took another piece and just shoved it in the back. And then I like jammed her ears in there. So Scootaloo
is in a great deal of pain.
Is balding.
No, she's going through chemo.
I was gonna shy away from that, but you're just going right for darkness.
I want the sad Scoots.
But she's not sad. She's still living her best life.
Because she is strong.
She's living her best life safely.
Yes.
But no, once the actual helmet went on and stuff, it actually looked way better to have the hair there. Because without this, it was just like this. And from all angles, it just didn't, ignore the blinky background, it just didn't look right. So I needed something. So that's why the helmet actually took me a while. I also did a lot of cleanup for these shots. I went through and I erased everything that wasn't in the visible range so that these actually ran decent, because you can see like this moves really smooth, and then as soon as I hit this, it hitches. There's nothing wrong with her. Seems okay this far. Let's just keep on pushing. Don't push too hard when you don't feel like working on something, because if you push too hard when you really don't feel like working on something, you're going to burn out a lot quicker, and you're just going to start despising it. So take breaks here and there. Put on some good music, stuff like that. I go through times where I'm very, very motivated to work on something, and then I'll not much longer, or next day I might. The next day I might not. Michael's making noise. I might not feel like working on something as much, so I work on it when I feel like I'm have the energy to do it. Otherwise, I'm gonna half-ass the work. I'm gonna spend more time on it than I normally would be, because I just don't feel like working on it. So I try to find a balance on things. So some days I'm just like, nope, today's not one of those days. All right, see you later, Vodka. Thanks for the subs. Appreciate it. Another one bites the dust. Really? It's a good song, yeah. Like a fun victim to the ice maker. One day I'm gonna come downstairs and I'm gonna be wondering where he is, and I'm gonna find him shoved in the ice maker. It went on reverse. I'm not spending 8 hours straight to finish Celeste. Felt pretty worth it. You know, that's what I was thinking. If you are in a mood to get something done, I've had days where I've worked 8 to 10 hours straight on something because like I'm at a certain point that it's just I really was interested in it. When I started doing the Rathlo stuff, that was that way.
It's the way I kind of was with that model earlier this year.
Oh yeah, and then I did kind of like, or did I move? Does this a scooter move? Oh, it does. The scooter wasn't supposed to move.
The house is moving. Pretty sure the house isn't supposed to move.
Oh, no, that's fine. It's dancing.
It's a localized earthquake over there.
Oh, that one doesn't really matter that much between these two shots. I think the main reason for it... Oh, actually, I should fix it. It was fixed because when it was up like this, it was floating. And I didn't want that. So, but I can kind of see it a little bit in the background here. So I'm gonna fix that. There's the one. Okay, sweet. Thank you for the follow, Melba. Appreciate it. The guy's also appearing and disappearing. Oh, that's fine. That one right there. Oh, let me see here. Okay, so like some of the grass can appear and disappear. That's fine. I don't care if as long as it appears and disappears outside of shot. So in here, some of this grass, like back here, disappears because it's not in shot. Well, it's kind of. Technically, this grass kind of is. I'll take this one in there. Is grass old? Yeah, you should be dead. I'm not keeping you anymore. I was keeping the old grass around just in case I decided to change my mind. I don't trust that my judgment upon the first time making a decision is going to be the correct judgment. So I want to hold on to something, and then if I figure out, yep, that's all good to go, then I'll delete the other stuff. And it's been long enough. Okay. There, now I got some more grass. So there we go. Got the grass. I think technically... Damn it. I probably should grab that grass too. This is the little, like, as far as I know, there are actual people in sitcoms and stuff that is their job to to maintain consistency. So they are, because if they say shoot one scene one day and then shoot the same scene the next day, where was the items on the table? If something was moved, and then say they do a shot and things moved, and then they have to go back and reshoot, they got to move everything back to the original positions. And I guess there's actually people that their job is to make sure that that stuff is accurate. There was one movie, I guess, where somebody was eating like waffles, and then in the next shot they're eating pancakes, and like there was just a complete lack of connection on it, but nobody notices because they're just eating.
I almost think stuff like that would be done on purpose for a joke. Just change little things and see if anyone notices. Because waffles to pancakes seems pretty dramatic.
Well, yeah, but it's like there's that one thing where it's like there's the challenge of people are tossing around a basketball.
Mm-hmm. Now it could be close.
Yeah, no, that's good. And when they're tossing around a basketball and they're like, follow the basketball. And then in the background, like a guy in a bear suit walks back and starts dancing or whatever. And as long as you don't know that was the case, you could watch the whole thing and never know that happened. Mm-hmm. Even though there was a bear dancing in the background, because you were just focused on the one thing. And when people are talking, you're focused on the conversation and they are eating. If suddenly there was no food, no nothing on the table, sure, that's a big drastic change. But they went from eating to eating. That's usually enough that people aren't going to notice.
Yeah. I just used to love the comedies where they would change things going on in the background. And this is a joke.
So I'm going to see if... I'm able to get Scoots animated here because I'm a little concerned with her positioning and actually making that work. Don't get started on waffles and pancakes. Well, I'm pretty sure I can tell you have a bias on one of them waffles. Probably are you animating on SFM as opposed to Fluffers? I am kind of. I would say like to make an animation, surprisingly a small amount of it is animating. A lot of it is the planning, the storyboarding, the discovery of audio and idea, and potentially modeling work. And then it comes down to keyframe and animating. But then you have lighting and framing and camera and rendering and editing and encoding. There's so many more steps.
I totally want to make waffles tomorrow now.
We have the stuff.
I want to make them from scratch.
But I have the full all wheat flour. Are you gonna do it with bacons again?
Bacons?
When you try to make bread from bacon.
No, that probably would work better as waffles. I guess I can use the whole wheat flour.
Yeah, well, yeah, because it's the thing.
Yeah.
Trying to stick with that. But otherwise, I have the whole wheat waffle mix.
Yeah.
Okay, this scooter does not... Oh, yeah, that was the thing I need to double check here, too. Okay, so the scooter just, like, moves. We don't want that. Bad scooter.
Bad scoot.
Oh, that was... Oh, no, it doesn't move. Between shots, it moves. Okay, that I'm fine with. The gaming industry is controlling reality. Let's hope EA doesn't take ownership. Yeah, that'd be great. You want to use the toilet? That's a microtransaction.
Oof. I did see a joke regarding Resident Evil about somebody trying to go to use the bathroom, but they forgot Great Grandpa's like opal gem and the password, the key lock password to get the door open. So it's like, so I just put it in the corner. It's like, who lives here?
Waffles are superior to the incorporation of syrup traps. It depends. Like, to me, I like pancakes more, but if you don't like slam them down, yeah, they're gonna soak up some of the syrup and stuff. But waffles are I think waffles and pancakes are good for different reasons, and depends on what you're looking for.
I'm looking for waffles.
Well, yeah, that's what you're looking for. So if you want waffles, then waffles are going to be better.
And you know,
but what if you want pancakes?
Over waffles?
No, just what if you wanted pancakes?
I'll make waffles.
What if you don't have a waffle maker?
Well, then you make a pancake and then you stomp on it with a cleat. Then you got waffles.
Is that how waffles came about?
That's how a waffle is. That's what you stomp on it until it's a waffle.
So, if you throw up a bunch of pancakes on a soccer field,
yeah,
for a game,
waffles,
you get a bunch of waffles. Okay, well that's good to know.
The more you know. This has been a public service announcement.
I should prefer pancakes. Just happen to have this username. Waffles is a fun word. Was it for a while that we had the word waffles banned? I can't remember. Where's it pancakes? I think it might have been pancakes. I like both, actually. I remember having waffles in Orlando once. It was the best. There's a burger. It was a place called like the Green Turtle or something that was in the Baltimore airport. And they had a waffle burger. And it was a spectacular waffle. The waffles there were some of the best I've ever had. And then they used that as bread for a cheeseburger. And it was spectacular. But now that BRRRRRRR's down, we probably would never be back there again.
I do remember having a pretty good waffle burger in Texas when we were down there. That one restaurant we went to.
Oh, yeah, but that was the donut one?
Oh, okay. It wasn't
waffles, it was donuts.
Donuts.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but most of the times when people think waffles or donuts, you think of like the sugary pastry, but that isn't what that place did. Even like you can have a waffle that's not a sugary waffle. Their donuts weren't.
They were cake donuts.
Yeah, they were cake donuts, but even then they were more akin to bread, like a sweeter bread in the shape of a donut. It was still a donut, 100%, but it was not what people would normally say is a donut.
I mean, it was horrible for me.
It was so good, though. That place, everything was great. I remember making an animation that was around 1 minute and took me 9 hours in total to render. Oh, no, that would be 300 frames. No. That'd be 300 times 6. That's like 1,800 frames. Yeah, that can happen. I had when I was making. It's probably going to be on the vault. This one.
That's something I haven't had in a while. French toast.
It's just bread covered in egg.
And cinnamon if you do it right.
That does not look like the final render of that. Oh. Yeah, so this one, it was so complicated that it was like 20 seconds a frame, and it was for like 30 seconds. It was going to be like 36 hours to render. And I couldn't stop it at I couldn't really stop it at any point, but I ended up having to. And so there's a fun little like behind the scenes thing with that.
It's Heroes Will Rise, isn't it?
No. That one I could not stop in the middle. But this one I cheated it. The main problem where if you stop a render partway through, if it's the same shot, is particles don't always add up the same. So in here, I ended up cutting it. And so there's a part where it cuts here. And so you'll see kind of like the particles, see it's smoky. and then it will darken right here, and then the smoke comes back again. That's mainly because of that. It was smoky, and then I cut the render not long after that, so the original smoke kind of dissipated, but then I had rendered it again, and that smoke decided to linger more because I started it partway through, and when I blended over itself, it partially went into the smoke going away, and then back into it coming back again. So that was kind of my cheat, and that's why I don't normally do it for other things, because depending on the particle, it might not work at all. A donut cheeseburger, it was good. I can't remember what I had there. I was already kind of full, so I didn't get anything big.
I got the big burger there.
French toast burger. Yeah, that sounds fine. Anything with any kind of bread, and then if you just douse it in sugar, it's delicious. Can you not bake out the particles pre-rendered to keep them matched in case of render errors? No. So the problem is when a particle starts can determine how it acts. It can be the exact same. So if I always start rendering it at the same time, it should always act the same from that point. But if I suddenly change the start point, that's where it doesn't always act correctly, because a particle progresses over time, and I have some similar problems with particles where if you start them midway through, so if I normally started to render at 20 seconds through, but this time I did it at 60 seconds through, that particle doesn't have the 40 seconds prior of time. You can't, at least with most particles, some of them you can go forward with it, but as soon as you go backwards, they'll disappear completely and just poof until you get back to a point where they would have spawned, and then you can go forward again, as long as you don't go backwards. And the problem is starting midway is the same as technically going backwards, so it's kind of goofy. Baked particles, yeah, it's like you put them in the oven for 90 minutes. Yeah, but does this one not allow you to bake the animation of the particles to keep them consistent? I don't think you can bake. You can freeze. You can bake some things, unless I've just never really played on it. Because you can freeze, you can instance, but instance just takes the particles saved in the particle file and then loads all those values into this program so that it doesn't have any effect on the original. You can bake static transforms, but I don't know if that's going to bake it correctly. So yeah, there might, maybe that's the way, maybe there is a way, but I've never really poked at it enough. It's usually it's a problem I know about, and so I normally don't have a scene that I have to worry too much about it, because normally I'm only having like 5 to 6 seconds per scene anyway before I had to worry about it. Oh, Scoots.
Oh no, her eyes are falling out.
She's trying to see the scooter, but she's got when you get the kink in your neck and you just can't really move it, right? She's got one of those. Also, she's a horse, so she's a little derp.
Wow. Let's call out all horses as derp. But she's a little derp.
Okay, so now we're going to... What are those head? This needs to go over there. There, it needs to go there. All right.
It's still freaky. It's like a little Russian. What are those dolls called?
What you thinking about, Scoots?
Think about Scoots. Is it smaller Scoots?
I'm thinking about porn.
Oh no.
Porn.
She's too young.
Scoots. What is big thing? It was Scoots thinking of. I'm growing up and saving my money and investing. It's like one of those Scoots. What are you really thinking about? Porn.
Well, at least her inner voice.
Porn and taxes.
Okay, well, not. I mean, you got your multitask.
Porn taxes.
Wow. Equestria's got a weird government.
Is there a porn tax?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you know this or something.
Well, I would imagine that would be more of a question for the adult entertainment industry.
Yes, government goes to them. Hey, do you guys? Is there a porn tax? And they're like, no. No. Okay. Well, you're all good. You're good.
No.
If you're talking in I thought it was something in SFX. No. There's certain things you can bake. Particles are a very old system within the Source engine. This version of it that are very archaic and don't. They're annoying. I do not like working with them if I don't need to. You can bake some things like a lot of the hair has animated movement or automated movement, and by baking it, you can lock in that movement. And so there are certain things that do that, but that's not.
You said doo-doo.
I was going to try to pass that by, but
I
was going to be the adult on that one once.
No.
But I did see doo-doo.
Doo-doo.
So here I want to have her eyes closed as she's coming around, but I want to have her eyes open as she's popping back there. So I think I can probably delay that a little bit more. Yeah, there we go. And then I got to make sure that her eyes are moving correctly. So at this point, that her eyes aren't awkwardly placed. We don't want that.
They're a little odd.
So we're going to go a little bit to the right. I think that should be fine. Oh, no, that's too fast. A little less. A little bit more. Okay, I don't think I can move them down any. Kinda. I think I can, but I'm just going to move it down a little bit. There we go. All right, let's go the rest of it. So I can't, if I try to select the end frame, I'm not actually going to see anything. So instead I select the one after. It tends to be perfectly fine. Oh. No, I was curious because I'm looking at it said that Streamlabs only, or my CPU is only being eaten by 5%. I'm like, oh, that's just that program. Because I was like, why isn't, could do something.
You said something about getting a new card for your stream PC.
Yeah, I brought that up earlier, but yeah, for here. So I ended up getting a 3060 on order at MSRP, not scalper, not resell, not Newegg price increase, Best Buy MSRP for encoding. Right now I'm using a 1080 Ti. The 3060 would potentially be a better implementation of RTX voice, so I might be able to use that better. But its encoder difference from the old 10 series to the 30 series or even 20 series is significantly better. So the normal H.264 codec is about how fast is it processed, and so you can run it at a slower speed, get better quality, but eat up more processor speed. I can't run it too slow with my current processor. So, but the current 1080 Ti that I have is running at a very poor quality for what it is. But the 30 series are actually beat most CPUs on processing for being very efficient as well. So that's why I got that. So I don't need anything beefy. I just needed it to work. So that's why I did a 3060. It just took me a while to actually get lucky enough within a drop to buy one. So that should mean that once that is up and running, that the quality for both stream and recording should go up pretty decent.
The audio should be much better, I would imagine, if you can run the RTX voice the whole time.
Oh no, I still have it will. All the RTX voice will do is it will remove some of the clicks of stuff. That's it. Everything else is to be sound nearly identical. The only concern I have is that the highs will probably still get cut out, and if that's the case, I'll probably just cut it off.
It'll remove all the lip smacking noises.
No, that probably would stay. It's still considered in the talking range. It's the mouse clicks and the keyboard stuff that is the reason I wanted to get rid of it. But whatever. But anyways, so it should be a pretty good boost. It's not an increase in bit rate. It's at the same bit rate. It just has much, much better processing. Oh, such a small graph editor. Argo trying to go between the frames. There's a limit to these things, man. What do you mean between the frames?
The between the frames.
Oh, for some of these stuff? Gotta hit those subframes. No, I'm not. If I want to hit subframes, that's this. That's where I'm hitting the, like, teeny tiny 1/1000th of a frame. I don't want that. That's stupid. You always have these enabled. You should never turn these off unless there's some kind of a specific thing that's broken. This is a frame, and this is a frame. These two are a frame. Anything between these doesn't mean nothing. The only thing that might have a difference here is your motion blur might be slightly different. But technically, I could go through and make every one of these have no motion between every one of them and only have the beginning of each frame work, and it would look basically the same. Other than the motion blur might be a little goofy, and if the hair jiggles aren't baked, they're going to freak the hell out because they're just trying to figure out where they're jumping to. But...
Yeah.
I never worked with subframes. Here, it's more of it's still full frames. I just want to make sure that the eyes themselves are not going to suddenly be like fully white, like that they are legitimately good all the time. So that's why I'm just checking at the beginning of those.
I'm a little upset right now. This has got to be the cutest scene you've done with ponies in quite a while. With just the kids just playing and Scootaloo on her scooter and Rumble being all like, it's adorable. And you're going to hit over the track.
No, I'm not going to. I did.
Yes.
She got hit by track there. But oh, hello, Kel-chan. Oh yeah, I subbed to you. Thank you very much, Kel-chan.
Well, welcome.
Greetings from America. She's fine. That's loud. Yeah, I need to add like a if that hits. Okay. So the one thing I've noticed here immediately was her hooves go down then up. So I need to fix that. So where do they hit their low point? I would say right about here. And then where do they hit their high point? So it's right about there. We'll say right there. We'll go one more. There we go. Greetings and good morning from not America. Well, that is everything that isn't America. He's looking, he's like... I like your feet. Your toes.
Big them hooves, though.
There's... I like your hooves. They're nice.
He's like, they're a lot like mine, only a different color.
They're orange.
Yes.
I like orange.
Oh,
Orange is my favorite color.
all the shipping.
I have orange on my nose.
Yes.
Thought I fixed that.
It just looks on him. It just looks like he has crusty nostrils.
Hey,
He's a kid. So
yeah, you know
to be
what? He
expected.
is a kid. He's got a little bit of orange right there.
Yeah.
These are technically also pixels. They're just being super stretched because these eyes get yanked to hell. Okay. Do the rigs have squash stretch controls of the head? No. I can move any of the bones. I can shift and move from their original positions. I can't squish and stretch anything within those unless it was specifically added to be. And if you're using a rig, and right now I am not using an IK rig because the IK rigs for the ponies have some significant issues, mainly with the front legs. But it ends up being that they're more difficult to use with the rig than not. I tend to go FK instead. So So I have a little bit of flexibility on that, but it tends to be then that I'm just that's why most of the pony stuff takes a while compared to like Rathalos stuff where I have a rig to use.
Pretty sure I'm in Romania right now.
Because the back legs work pretty good. It's just the front legs. I don't think it's the rigs problem unless there's just some properties that I don't know. All the rigs are written, they're scripted. So if you want to make a rig, there's no software to do it. You have to... Like, this is the one for Rathalos. So if you want to make a rig, you need to script it, and it's by hand. There's no automated way to do it, and but there's also no documentation out there for how to do it. So, yeah, it's difficult. Plus, the shape of the pony legs and everything just make it difficult. What happens with the front legs is when they start to go down, so the bones. There's 4 bones on every leg. So there's the shoulder, the elbow, the hand or the wrist, and then the actual, like, I guess you call it the fingers. And because this is considered the wrist, and this is considered to like kind of be the fingers part, these tend to collapse down, and it causes the hand to kind of puckle, and it makes it look like a paw on the ground. You can adjust it to make it kind of work, but it's just overly frustrating, and it ended up being that fixing it and fighting it took too long. And because once you use a rig, you lose all your ability to swash and stretch. You can't stretch anything anymore. You are locked to whatever the rig gives you, and by rotation, because it's a game doesn't care about that stuff. It's just caring about the motion. Because of that, it makes it so then if I actually want to make something that looks good in that regard, I can't. So I like having this because I can go into much more drastic motions that a rig wouldn't let me do, at least in SFM, because again, it's working from a game engine, not an animation engine. There we go. So like right now, Scoots is not rigged in any way for what she's doing. What it really means is I've just gotten better at figuring out what I have to keyframe. At what points do I need to have keyframes to ensure that the things that matter with doing FK compared to IK are important, are done. I don't know if you can do that stuff. I do the animating side of things. Haven't played too much with the model side of things. There's a lot of the people out there that already do all this stuff. And I think even the rig I have is better than most of what's out there. Somebody was working on one and sent me a beta copy of it, and I never heard of it getting released. So I think I even have one of the better ones. But it's, again, I know what I'm doing at this side and whatever. But that's why Rathalos stuff I can make 4 times faster, just because I have a good rig for him.
Taken things out of Source Filmmaker and rigged them for something else, but I've never put anything into Source Filmmaker to rig it. It's in a way the models are rigged. They're just, the script has to be created to build the IK rig, because the IK rig isn't just about figuring out certain bending of everything. There's other properties that are involved with it, and this is just very confusing to read. Like, if you even go through here, all this stuff up through here is not needed. Then you get to here, and this is where you're like saying, oh no, not here, here. So this is where you're saying, like, okay, this is the name of the bone of the model, and this is what we're going to call it in this script. And you have to put that through. But then some of these are like, are they connected with something? You got to create a handle, and then go through these. And for the Rathalos one, the Rathalos one was missing a neck bone when I got that downloaded. And so I had to go through this and add a neck bone because it was just skipping a part of the neck. So I know how these work, kind of. I can manipulate it slightly, but if it comes down to fixing how something runs, I have no clue what I'm doing on it. Is her left back right foot still locked? No. Okay, good. Oh yeah, so this is going to be the arms. So how are these bending? I think if I just bend these up, that's most of what I need. Oh, kind of.
Nope. The motion continues to here, so I have to go that a little bit further. Okay, that should work fine. Okay, that looks good enough. Like, I like this, like,
Where is that?
hold on. I'll do this. Like, Scootaloo, there's a spider on the ground, so where?
Spiders.
Scootaloo, there's some very small horses here on your left. Where? I see them.
They're so tiny.
Oh my god. I could make them my friends. Put them on little trains, run them in circles, and commit murder.
Oh no. Those horses are in danger.
Yeah.
Why does the one look like it has two faces?
But then she's.
Oh, because there's another horse standing next to her.
Then she's like, I'm gonna hurt you.
No.
This new little shit.
It's like it would be months before your parents even realized you were dead. Because they don't love you.
Nobody loves you. But I do like trains. And then she
She smiles and one goes away.
And Scrooge was like,
Like, the truth hurts. It's still so messed up that her parents essentially just left and the town just took turns raising her.
Well, it depends on how they take turns. If they're like, yay, Scootaloo, you get to go over to, like, Auntie M's today. It depends if Auntie M's like, ah.
I like the idea that they were all basically fighting. It's like, no, today is your day. I have things to do. It's like, come on.
We can't have an orphanage for one kid.
It's essentially
We're gonna have
what
to
it
take
was.
turns.
She basically just lived in her parents' house by herself, and people came to check up on her, and it was always a different person depending on the time of the week. It's not how a child should have to live.
But she did, because she is smart horse.
Oh, she managed not to kill herself.
Software Talk is great content. Well, I know other softwares are much better on SFM for some things like that, but I like it because for its simplicity. Sometimes it removes some of the bulk of the things that I don't actually care about, makes it easy, streamlines it, makes render times really quick, and works well for my needs. So it's a sacrifice of some of the detailed things for the ability to make things quicker. IK games is for things like when a character is walking upstairs and making movements like those more natural. But a game probably isn't going to be using a rig in-game. It's probably going to just be used for the tools to build it. Once they actually have animated it, they're just going to repeat it. And I can see for certain things, it would probably still be used, like if you have an uneven surface and you're trying to adjust one leg to a surface, they probably would still use it. But this is old source. This isn't new source. Yep, big paragraph. I'll be getting up to bed now. It's really late. All right, see you later, Violet. Okay, so I want to. So normally, this is what I'll do if I need to have, if I don't have a rig, and now I'm going to add some extra motion on. And so I normally figure out where, like, this is the interacting bone with the world. So I'll just lock this, and then lock this and this, and then I'll just drop it down a little bit here, figure out the timing's right. No. Okay. And then I just get the bones to match it. It's not perfect, and the more I do this, it starts layering and causing problems where eventually things are going to start separate and not match up and start looking like crap. But as long as I don't abuse it, it actually works pretty good. So, or at least it does what I need it to do. Okay. I probably should have actually delayed that a little bit, but I think that's fine. So at the very beginning of this, I'm going to have her lift up her foot. Not that foot, this foot. A little bit more. Okay. I'm going to have her throw that leg backwards a little bit.
Like, look at my foot. That's a good foot.
This is just my secondary animation time.
And it's slowly hitting me that today is Friday.
It is Friday.
I don't have to work tomorrow.
Me neither.
You didn't have to work today.
Yeah. Kind of. I was streaming. That's work.
I played video games all day. I'm exhausted from my...
You were asking if I was exhausted after streaming all day.
I would be, because I'm old. And sad.
Let's see, I don't look old.
Eh.
Try that again. Does that work first?
So stream, does Argo look like an old man to you?
Not compared to you.
I'm beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, age and beauty are two different things, Michael.
Yeah, and I got
Alzheimer's?
Well, you got the age, I got the beauty. I like to believe this. There's the grandpa in the background. Well, that's Chicken. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Couldn't possibly be talking about me. It's this dead chicken up here.
Until somebody shoves a hand up his butt, he's dead.
I sure hope you're talking about him.
No.
No.
That's definitely a Michael thing. Well, it depends. Once you get into your 40s.
Then you gotta pay somebody to do it, so they can make sure you're okay.
Yeah, before then, you'd probably be paying. Well, I guess no matter what, you're paying somebody else.
You're paying somebody else. It just depends,
on the profession.
Yeah, how did they go to college or not?
Well, no, it could. I mean,
what?
You're making assumptions there.
Well, I like to think somebody who got themselves like a master's isn't having to
been a hoochie.
Yeah.
No, there was people I've heard of that they're like, I have a nursing degree. I'm a nurse during the week, but I work Friday and Saturday at a bar, and I make more money on those Friday and Saturday than I do with my nursing degree.
That's sad.
Because it's just tips. It's because when you're there with a bunch of drunk people that and say you're good looking in some way, they're like, yeah, there's just some like weird men just keep putting money in my back pocket, like as they're walking by, and they're like, I don't care, I'm making free money. They'll like walk out in a single evening making like $800.
Maybe I should try that.
Yeah. Well, you have to wear a skimpy outfit.
Okay.
Like short shorts.
Okay.
Like the short shorts with like the frayed thing at the bottom, and then you got to sway your hips as you walk. And the more I talk about this, the less I want to see
They do that even when I don't want to.
I would give you money to not do that.
I'm listening.
Foot inspection before scooter riding are very important. Feet can detach at any time without warning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I need to have her, not be possessed by a demon. There we go.
I'm younger than him. Stream stop.
Thank you for the host, Asha.
It's only because
Not by much.
It's because you're not wearing glasses. That's what it is. I gotta like see now. Now I'm young. Stream. I'm assuming they're telling me right now that I'm young and beautiful without the glasses.
Well, for one, there's like a 7-second delay. So
I let me read a sentence. It says, I cannot read a single word on that screen.
Nothing?
Nothing. There isn't a single word on that. It isn't anything more than a bunch of just a blob on laid on
I
a
can
white
usually do a
blob
slight
on top of
squint.
a black surface.
It is Scootaloo. She's looking at the hooves. We're working on. Well, if you like Scootaloo, then I will not play the next. There are 2 shots from now. For right
She's
now.
adorable. She's the best of the fillies.
Because she has an accident, but she has her helmet, so it's fine. She's practicing safety. That's important.
Yes.
Just need 4.9 thousand to put Michael in charge.
See waffles like
There's I figured out there's a few people that have plenty of points, if not more than once, and that makes me scared. I am working on. I'm trying to add a, like an overlay. Actually, is it even enabled? It might not be enabled right now. Oh, that's enabled. Stupid face isn't though. Now it's enabled again. What was I doing here? So I need to have. I'm just working on that secondary animation for her churning. Mainly about like even here. So as she's going around, so she starts moving right about here. Let's say to here, maybe to here. Let's say to this point and then this point. I'm gonna lock her shoulders and lock her. Well, actually, I think that's fine. We're just going to churn this.
Wow. I'm gonna go get a drink and get away from your sneezy person.
Wait.
What do you want to drink?
I still have 1 Coke in there.
No, dude. If you want the other thing too.
I know, but I have 1 Coke. Might as well just get rid of it. Okay, so this, I want to have the head not tilt, but I want to have the body kind of like not lag behind, but just kind of feel like it's actually I don't like that position change. Yeah, I'm gonna say like right here, I'm gonna have her neck tilt this way. Oh, that's not gonna work. Okay, that can work. I'll have to bend that head to compensate. Is there an arc tracker built into some? Oh, yeah, there is. Okay, when she kind of does this first kickoff, right about here to here, let's say to here, I want to have her... This is the one motion I'm not sure is going to work right. But I still want to try to do it. I want to add a little bit of a twist to her motion. Don't think I'm going to be able to bend this more. So the rig already, if I were to use the rig, would have collapsed on this leg because it's going to bend, but it's not going to twist things correctly. And it's just pretty sure that's just a limitation of using a game engine, something or other. So this is actually, oh no, I have her shoulders locked. So that ignored those. You know what? I think it actually... I kind of like it that it did. It kind of breaks... No, it doesn't break the shoulder. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, that does look pretty okay. But now I have this clipping issue. So... Actually, where was my previous selection? There we go. If you fry my computer...
No liquids were spilled. Though there was a moment of minor concern.
Minor concern? Uh-huh. I just ordered the 3060, but if I have to replace the 3080 with it, I'm gonna be angry, Argo.
No anger is necessary. I haven't destroyed your computer yet. Yet being the key word.
You probably don't need to get too specific on this. I'm getting a little bit of wobble just from overlapping stuff too much. I might have her... let's bring her leg up a bit more.
This is a lot of effort to check a hoof. Check that hoof. It's very good. Do they have bikes in Equestria? I don't think that I've ever seen any of them riding bikes.
I don't think that they could. Like, there's probably too many. Like, why would you do that? Like,
She got a scooter.
they're built to probably run faster than any bike would.
Then why she got scooter?
Because it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think I like it more with the Dr. Pepper than the Coke.
Yeah. I mean, I like the regular. Have you tried?
You use Canadian Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also, yeah, that last one, I guess, was a different liquor. Because it was a mix of the two. But yeah. Jank SFM Classic. Now, SFM 2, I'm not sure on how their stuff works in that regards, but it should work better. Poof, you're a pirate. What?
Arg, I've got a Minnesotan accent.
Yeah, SFM 2. It already exists.
Did you like my Minnesotan accent? It's pretty good.
Actually, no, I think I can just open it from here. I think if I run...
Okay. So I am... okay. Arg, I've got a Minnesotan accent. This is how all Minnesotans shiver me timbers and hot dish.
Shiver me timbers and hot dish.
Arg, I got me some of them booty in the form of Juicy Lucy's. That's the favorite kind of booty.
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy's my favorite booty.
Do you think I've seen Pinky on a tricycle before? Yeah, there's that. Yeah, so this, the buttons are different, so excuse me while I hit the buttons wrong. Well, it loads up. Now it's all loaded. Okay, so yeah, this is Source 2 SFM. So it go away. It works fine. A lot of this lighting is baked lighting, so it looks absolutely fantastic, but it's because like there's no actual light creating it. It's all just textured lighting, so it's just built to look good. To a degree. I mean, I don't know how much of it is, but that's just the way most games work nowadays. You do not need Half-Life Alyx. You can do it, I believe, without. But some of the main benefits of that one are on the original SFM. If you wanted to create a light, you have create light. Every light's the same. It's about changing the properties of light. This one actually has 4, 5 different types of light. So one is omnidirectional, or I think it's spotlight. No, that's not spotlight. That might be orthographic. But it's a light that emits in all directions and is shadowed. They have a light that projects over the entire map from a single direction. That it also shadowed. That works well amazingly for a sun. Spotlights, point lights. It's everything that all the lights are then broken up to work the way that they're supposed to, instead of trying to all work under a single light. It's better in almost every way, except all the models that are in SFM now, if you were to port them, their facial animations are gone. You have to manually script them in, and there is nowhere that states how to script them. It's very confusing. Some people figured out how to do it, but it's very unique to every model. And so the amount of work it would take to bring things over to make it work there is just not worth it right now. Eventually the tools are going to be made available for porting. It's very early development. So but yeah, it's 100% openable, and you can play around with it. I found a lot of the stuff in here is great. The one thing is I'm really confused about, though, is on this SFM, if I am on the work camera, it's left click to move around. On here, it's a right click. That is very, very confusing to me after spending 9 years doing one thing.
I think you'd be able to assign keys and...
Well, yeah, you probably should. You should be able to. That's where they're keyboard shortcuts. You should be able to predefine it here.
So you could probably switch it.
Yeah, but there's probably a reason. So I can change that, but now something that required it being different from the camera movement might break other things. But, yeah.
But apparently I have a voice impression.
Another one.
Yes. And I have to be a British pirate.
Now it's a British pirate.
Yeah. Arga, I'm a pirate. Yar har. It's like, I'm a pirate. Yar har diddly dee. Being a pirate is all right with me.
I'm British. Where's your booty?
I'm British. I'm a pirate.
Where's your booty?
Where's my booty?
I'd request gold and women.
And
tea.
Give me all your tea. It's like I think I'm.
Kelchan, he has a very bad accent.
No, I have
suddenly tired. Good nap. Okay, see you later, Kelchan. Yeah, so the armies. That's the reason that I haven't moved to that. We played around with it for a while. We spent a while in one of the calls on Discord, for hours poking around at it, and I was able to port Rathalos in. So I got his model in, but all of his flexes, none of it worked. So I could load him, but none of the facial stuff worked. And at that point, then what's the point? I can have a static model bouncing around, I can bend some of the legs and stuff, but one day I'll move over. It's just right now that, and I have tens of thousands of models on the original SFM. It's really hard to give all that up.
I feel like that's going to be the point where a lot of people will move over, is when there is a good tool for porting everything from 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I'm waiting for.
Yeah,
I'm not touching until then.
Yeah. Until then, it's a downgrade.
Well, it's
in a lot of ways.
It's an upgrade in many ways, but it's a downgrade in others. And to me, it's about where's the balance? Is it worthwhile to move over? Not for me, not right now. Eventually, yes, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, to my understanding, Valve is working on the tool to port things over.
Well, they're just working on the mod tools needed to run at Source 2 for other people too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it does exist, and you should be able to get it without owning Alex. If you own Alex, it's in the mod tools that are built into it. And I think originally you needed it, but now you don't.
That was pretty cool. About once they have an engine figured out, they just kind of release it for free and let people use it.
It's for free, but if you want to make a game with it, it's not free. It would be very, very stupid to release a game engine like that.
If you're going to make a profit off the game, I think Black Mesa started out as just a fan project.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing, is it's about commercial use.
Yeah.
If you're so now with Black Mesa, it probably has a fee involved, but the fact that now Valve has let them use their IP to profit off of it, well, Valve is also going to profit off of it. It ended up being like, yeah, we're going to take some money from this, but you're going to actually be able to sell something you probably thought you were never going to be able to do. Mm-hmm. Win-win all around. That was a very cool thing, I thought. That's a win for the modding community if I've ever seen one.
Black Mesa is a great game, too. If
I haven't played it yet, but
Did you play the original?
I played the original, but it's been a long time.
It is a very, very good...
Faithful.
It's faithful, but it adds a little bit to it as well, but it doesn't take away anything from the original story. It's wonderful.
Well, hello, Red Ace. I was just kind of randomly doing a stupid thing. Let me bend this quick. That was not timed right. Let me try this. I don't like that there was like no bend to the back.
Is this the first video you've ever done with any of the CMC?
No, I've done CMC before. Punching Tiara.
Oh yeah.
Have I done others with them? Technically, I made an anthology short that was 2D. Have I done any other CMC stuff? I've loaded them up for uses before. Oh, like I have Flight into Easy Steps where I launched her.
That's Scootaloo. That was cute. That was super cute.
It was.
I love that.
It's so cute.
It is cute. Look at her go. Hey,
look at that right there.
That's adorable.
This I got probably more comments on than anything, and all it is me taking two models and just grabbing your arms and going like this.
It works so well.
It doesn't matter about being detailed.
Just the stiffness of Scootaloo flying through the sky too is great. He's just like a rock.
She keeps going too. All right.
Flew.
Stupid face. How
can you make that face stupid? It's adorable.
What, that one?
Meh. Do what you want.
It's got a rounded nose though.
Yeah, but it's still cold.
Look, what's the difference between this and this?
Philly is cute.
But at this point, what's the difference? Context.
I'm conflicted. Like, a colt is clearly cuter than a stallion, but it's still a colt, so...
Okay. Michael? But you may not... Yeah, okay.
I don't know what.
So we got Derpy.
Yes, she's a good horse. Be kind to Derpy.
You think that's gonna happen?
No, that's why I'm telling you to be nice to poor Derpy.
Okay.
She doesn't deserve... One has a scooter. Yes, thank you, Giz. The filly... No, what are you doing? So now you can move the houses. Don't drop the house on Derpy. She's done nothing but be a good, loving horse. Why?
Derpy. Why did you do that? Like,
I feel like you did that to her.
no, like that was something. There, good. You're.
Why isn't Derpy in this video, by the way?
Because I knew what would happen if I did.
You just have her flying across the sky or something. And like the back away shot.
Yep, and it's the fact that you're just like, no, give me the derps. No, that's why it's not there.
So it's spite.
A little bit.
Sounds an awful lot like spite.
Okay. I'm trying not to do certain things until it comes down to needing to.
Because you're trying to make it all happen at once. Mm-hmm. You're evil like that.
I've gotten better at figuring out what things I need to do that with. Okay, oh no, this one.
I'm assuming right now that you're prepping to give Derpy an ice cream cone.
Oh yes, totally. That's my need of the house.
Yes. Well, that's where the ice cream is. It's inside the house. No. Why is her head big? And her wings. No. Her little ooze. Sticking around the house. It's like the house went careening out of control and just smeared her across the ground.
Help me!
No!
She got
The
house like
just ran her down. She's just a puddle now. That's so sad. I am super sad now.
No, her hooves are fine. You can recreate her.
You know, if you're gonna like abuse Derpy.
Oh, that's why I love when I load her and you're like, yay! And then like by the end you're like, oh,
like,
what have you done?
I feel like you owe her a cameo.
No. I owe her nothing.
But you just squished her with a house.
Yeah, that's not my fault.
I feel like
maybe she needs to be a better horse.
Wow. Unlike unsubscribe.
Okay, so
oh, you got another stupid face.
I'm working on a kite. I only can do one at a time. Okay, so we'll do
What do you mean if Mike play-by-play? I am play-by-playing this. He's an awful person. What more do you need?
Hello, Spider Kid. This right thigh.
Oh no.
See, this is why, because now you see what I'm doing.
Well, this is slightly better than what you did by accident, which was just to have the house run her over and turn her into a gray puddle with legs. I don't know. I'd feel sorry for Derpy that she is a house now.
No, it's called thick.
Is she a brick house? Wow.
She is chunk.
She's a brick
House.
house. Gotta fix her tail. Derpy doesn't deserve this abuse, Spider Kid. You're right.
She's happy.
Well, you just gotta get her fix her tail.
What if she likes being a house?
I feel like she liked being just Derpy.
But now she's a house. Wouldn't you want to be a house?
I don't think anyone would really want to be a house.
Okay, so the tail's gonna be a little goof.
Because that's the issue here.
And then we take oh, I had that right. Actually, no, I can do this way.
So you want me to be like, the horrible man has taken the Derpy and turned her into a horrible abomination of a house. He's hurt this horse in horrible ways, and everyone should dislike him and unsubscribe to his channel. Because he hurts the best horse there ever was. This has been a play-by-play by yours truly,
Signing off.
the good guy in this situation who knows who the bad guy is.
Okay, so then, but it's okay because then we have so we have Derpy, which is also known as Building 35.
Wow.
So we have Derpy, and she is over here. See, she's over here, and then we're like, hey Derpy, we need you to be like over here. And she's like, I can do that. And she's she's a good horse.
Well, I'm glad you agree.
It's very, yep, good horse. Look at that.
She does home deliveries.
She's like, I just love it. It's like, Scootaloo. Oh no, what is Scootaloo? Scootaloo, watch out. She's just I've come for you, Scootaloo. You are looking for a new home. I am here for you.
She's the mobile orphanage.
You get inside me, Scootaloo.
Hell no.
I am your mother now. There's milk in the fridge. And eggs. I made hot dish.
Oh no, it's the worst.
Not many people know this, but hot dish is my favorite food. So the best thing that's ever been created.
I feel like muffins might be the canon one.
Nope.
No. No, it was last time I should make muffins. I want to make waffles and muffins now. But we don't.
Hot dish. Shut up, Michael. It's hot dish.
Well, I mean,
hot dish exists.
Muffins can.
Don't deny it.
Muffins can be served in a hot dish. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about.
Blasphemy. You're not welcome in my house, Michael.
Oh no. He uses Derpy to hurt me.
Goodbye, Michael. I'm leaving, Michael.
No.
You'll never see me again.
No. I will fight you for your cameo, Derpy.
No. Don't look at me.
I will fight for your cameo in this video. Somehow, some way.
You have saddened me. And that portion of the sky. You've also saddened that portion of the sky.
Just that part.
And that horse.
She's cute.
She was cute until you broke her neck.
Why are you so awful?
That's fine. It's called. Have you ever seen yoga?
That's impressive.
This is how,
As her eyes roll into the back of her head.
this is yoga. School, do you feel okay? Okay, I don't know if that's a yes or a no.
Giz, look what he did.
Scooter run away. Derpy is only used to be only wall-eyed. Now she's wall-bodied.
No, see, he just tortures the cute ones. Because he's jealous that they're cuter than Rainbow Dash.
Okay, time to unfollow again.
He did.
That's okay. It happens.
That's Philly's neck.
Play-by-play is a bit more involved. Calling out the changes for our radio listeners.
Yes. We have here a man who's committed a horrible crime. He has snapped the neck of a poor little filly who's done no wrong. Who's adorable and requires boops and daisy sandwiches. Yes, I'm very hungry. They forgot to come by to feed me last week, and I am starving.
Is this what happens when you're starving? The cartilage just disconnects from all things.
It's just that they all thought it was somebody else's day that week, so they forgot to feed Scootaloo.
It's okay. See, she's fine. Just
Poor Scootaloo.
it's a new form of yoga. As the derp comes.
As the job comes.
The derpy cometh.
Well, Giz is making you suffer. Because he gave you a stupid
God
face.
damn it.
So that's actually 2 stupid faces you're behind.
No, I did the derpy, and then I did a bunch of stupid stuff. And so that's the follow-up
okay.
to it.
Okay.
Okay, but what we need to do, though, is we need to keep the derpy.
She's very important.
Well, no, because if I delete her, then her pain is over. So, we're gonna...
What, she's in pain? Why is she in pain?
I didn't say that. Yeah, I did, but it's not it's not true. It is. You want to see it even worse?
No. Oh. Poor Derby.
She's coming. It's like, Debbie, this Scootaloo has muffins. This is what I do with my Fridays.
Yes.
Okay, god damn it. I gotta come up with another stupid face. No, Waffles, you don't know that there's like enough right now for like an entire month of Michael in Charge that are out there. It's just some people are holding up.
As long as people keep spending all their money on super faces, then I can never take over.
I have that with Mid-Prem stream. Is she has like an artist takeover thing, but I keep telling her to hydrate because it's funny.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is you get a certain amount of points every hour and over time, every 5 minutes or whatever. Or not every hour. It's every minute and then every whatever for just participating. But if you're subscribed, you get bonus points. And so that's the reason it exists is because if you want points for a large number of items, you can subscribing
I feel like
gives you more.
I wanted Midprim to do something, I'd just commission
Hello,
her.
Zucker. Well, that's if you subscribe, you're paying her, then you can get it quicker. It's 10% quicker, but they're 20%. Mid should be almost there, right? What?
As far as having enough points for take.
Yeah, Mitch wasn't that far. But I know somebody has double. They have enough for 2 of them, and one other person that has 1.
Oof.
But again, if you're subscribed, you get bonus points, and if you're here a lot, oh my god, it builds up fast. Plus, anybody that's a sub, you get access to a special chat on Discord, and but then if you're a tier 2 or 3, you also get early access to videos, usually like 2 to 3 days early. So there's an extra benefit to anybody that's tier 2 or 3. I can do this stream. I want to see the SFM completed. Yeah, it is a distraction for it. But I need to do that stupid face.
You haven't abused Rainbow Dash yet.
Yeah, but that's because the Rainbow Dash isn't in the scene.
Well, neither was Derby.
I know, you're not supposed to say anything more after saying that.
I mean, she could be in this scene.
There's one more after mine. Well, I did the stupid scene. No, I want to do. I think I want to do something. I want to do this. Okay, so there's something goofy that happens when you do this. Let's go to the overhaul.
I don't want him to abuse any of the ponies, but I feel like vengeance is required for Derpy because he hurts her so often.
I wouldn't hurt her that much. It's just that you like her too much. And so then I have to hurt her. I have to teach you your place.
Do you like Rainbow Dash too much that you have to hurt Rainbow Dash?
No.
No.
I don't care on that. You feel the pain for the wars. I'm just like, I don't care.
Well, then didn't hurt.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to grab Rumble here. Unlock first.
I think I know what I'm doing for my next.
So there's this fun thing where all the bone names are the same, but the body shape is not. So let's say, like, for instance, we just locked Rumble to Celestia. What happens if we zero all the bones?
Oh,
What do you think is going to happen?
I believe she will crumple into a wad.
I'm zeroing Rumble onto Celestia.
Oh, he's going to stretch out something fierce.
Okay, so this is the you remember Animorphs?
Yes.
This is the beginning of his transformation.
He's becoming a princess. It's like he always dreamed.
Actually, we're going to make this Animorphs.
Oh no. It's just straight up Animorphs.
Oh my god, this is actually amazing.
He's becoming a princess. It's horrifying.
There we go.
Oh, that's creepy.
So this is your evolution to a princess.
It's like, I think something went wrong.
Look at this, his gain in power. You can see when he reached adolescence. Mm-hmm. And then you can also see when he reached extreme pain.
Yes, he got the bonitis.
So this one, we get rid of all the other ones here. So this is the true rumble. You see this? This is true horse.
Got all that regality.
And then we have do you want me to make it worse?
Not really, but
Okay,
you're going to.
Yep, I'm going to. He's very regal.
It's very creepy.
I am Princess Rumble. I do not have a horn. It is internal. Don't ask questions.
Yes, I wasn't going to.
My wings are a peace sign. Everywhere I go, peace.
Yes. Very, very important.
So it's...
Kind of wish it was Princess Gulu. But,
no, that's not the right one either. Where's the right one? There we go. Just peace. Peace be with everybody.
I am not a crook. You got the double piece. Rumble is not a crook. Princess Scootaloo would be pretty great.
There we go. He's like, I'm not a crook. Can't do both at once. It's like, look, he's super serious. He's like, I'm gonna be on the water boat. I'm gonna be a princess. I'm gonna get super tall, and then he's like, I fucked up.
Yes, he just pretty much put himself in a taffy pulling machine. Princess.
There's too many drugs. I had emo phase, tattooed all my legs black. So the reason they're actually black
because the blood flow was cut off.
Yes. No, it's because the X and Y coordinates are reversed on some of the legs, so all the bones are completely turned 180 degrees. So because of that, they kind of go inside out. So it makes it kind of weird.
It's horrifying.
He's fine. He's fine. He's good. Look at this. Look at his tail. Like, it's like
extensions.
Yeah, it's definitely fake. Actually, I think there's some Botox in here. I think it's probably just right here, though.
It's just all over his body.
But if we're gonna do, so let's do second stupid face. But in this case, we're gonna go the other direction. So
Celestia's hanging out with children again.
It happens. But for this, we're going to load up a different rumble, and we're going to keep it rumble because whatever. I need a base rumble. I don't want a one that has like positioning on it. Let's move Celestia closer. Okay. So in here we got Celestia, and then we got the Rumble. Okay, so
Celestia seems like the kind of horse who would just like steal children, and no one could do anything about it.
She doesn't steal children.
I don't believe you.
No, you shouldn't. Okay, so we need the base Celestia, and then we need. Okay, there she goes.
Oh no.
This is already going swimmingly.
She's already become a dummy.
Oh, well, I gotta lock it to rumble first. Okay.
What's happening? I think something
wrong rumble.
I think something horrible has happened.
Okay. So this is the transformation into rumble. So she goes from happy. She's like, this is gonna be a great experience to
I've made a mistake.
To big
That screams.
To pain. But she doesn't know how to express it, and so she instead tries to stab her own eyes out. But in the end, there is no pain.
She is ascended.
Okay, for one, I think her wings are broken.
They seem fine.
We're gonna at least unlock those two, and we're gonna open the wings so she's a little better. Okay. Okay, so I think the other one, well, it still looked like a horse. This one has went a whole new direction.
She's a pigeon now. She want bread. Give bread.
Celestia, what do you say?
It sounded like someone wants bread.
She's fine. Look at this. She got little horse hooves. Okay, let's see if we can make like the legs kind of work. We're gonna move them like let's say like to I don't know, maybe like to there, and then like these ones go to, oh god, I don't know where they're supposed to go. We're gonna put them there. You know what? Actually, you know what? We're gonna go the cheap route, and we're just actually these ones. We're gonna unlock. These ones. We're gonna move them there. She's fine now. Look at this. Hooves.
Yes.
That's what those are called, right?
I do believe they are referred to as horse feet.
That's what a hoof is.
I've never heard that word.
Neat. Okay, there we go. And then
I believe those are called pitter patters.
Celestia, are you okay? How's your transformation been successful? Okay, it's good. Are you in pain? Do you want to have this undone?
She likes it. She enjoys the pain. She's a filly again. She's so happy.
It's because she gets to use the monkey bars now. Because when she was adult, she couldn't.
I feel like Luna would be like, something went horribly wrong, and Luna would be like, nope, that's how she looked. She was a very awkward child.
28,000 points. I'm so close. So when somebody had brought up the pony points they had before, I'm like, I'm going to increase it to 350,000. Jesus Christ. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so... Oh, hold on. I know what her problem is. She can't see her... It's there. Wait, no, that's not even the right... No, it is the right one. Why can't I move her eyes? Oh, I know why. There we go.
She looks like a Disney character. A horrifying Disney character. picture. Oh no. Why is part of her mouth like stuck to her tongue? Oh, you found her jaw. Good job.
I knew what it was, so I just said it. It was a 180 rotation, so.
That works. Her tongue is falling out of her face, but you know, it's fine. It's kind of cute. She's trying to touch her tongue, nose with her tongue. She's like, "Oh, I got it."
To war. The war with the griffins. They shall all perish. I just like all I can think of is like it kind of reminds me of like Kirby, or like listen. Okay, I have to delete this. I'm
Yes, you have.
undoing sometimes requires more pain.
Yes. Good old Celestia.
Good and old. That is Celestia. Oh, there's Derby again.
No, hello, Derby. Are you having a good day? And it crashed. And you're thinking, when was the last time I saved?
Exactly.
I saw that look on your face like, uh-oh.
I should have saved before we did anything, but at that point there was definitely an autosave, so.
Well, you didn't mess with the one models too much, so.
It's whatever. I was basically done poking at that anyway.
Oh, good, this is still here. You're gonna have to delete them all manually now, aren't you?
Well, no, it's just the one. The main concern is if this one had touched and done anything permanent to models that were not visible. So, like, these two are gone. This Derpy, like, it's fine. But
she can stay now.
She's fine. Yeah, she's fine. The main thing is, did I affect anything that was important? So I'm just going to double check that. Okay, nope. I think we're all good.
Wonderful.
All right, back to Scootaloo. They covered everything.
Hey, look, another stupid face.
Don't do this to me, man. I don't remember if I have a limit on that one or not.
I mean, you probably should.
Well, normally it's before it used to come up a lot, but as soon as I added the Michael takeover, they completely disappeared. One per stream. Oh, one per stream per person. So okay, no, so I do have a limit.
Okay,
that makes sense.
I should do a stupid face. I should get on my phone and give you a stupid face.
No, yours don't count. Robot. I'm waiting for you to. I don't know why you're not sitting on stream and just building up points so you can take it over yourself.
Well, initially I didn't want to sit on stream because I didn't want to like
eat data. You can sit on chat only.
I could.
Yeah, that's what I.
Then I wouldn't take up too much. I didn't.
Now it doesn't matter. We have unlimited data.
Yeah. Well, it was still. We have faster internet speed now too.
Oh yeah, our upload is 3 times faster now, so you're good on that regard.
It would be kind of redundant for me just to sit in on a stream.
But then you don't need your glasses.
Yeah, but I think my glasses look nice on my face, so there.
Because it hides your face.
Yes, exactly. I have actually heard people who who've worn glasses their whole life, who actually feel uncomfortable not wearing them because, I don't know, there's it creates some sort of separation between them and the world around them. It's like a psychological thing.
Well, if you've also been wearing something for a long enough time, it becomes an extension of who you are. And so it's the same person you see in the mirror every time you look in the mirror. Now it's suddenly somebody different. I've always wanted to be in the where what I am when I'm not wearing glasses, that is the me. I don't want my glasses to define me.
I don't think glasses define anyone.
No, personally, inside my brain, I don't want to have that be. I don't want to have a dependence on it.
I didn't wear glasses till I was like 34. So.
Yeah, it wasn't because you didn't have a choice. It was because you just never thought you needed them.
Yeah, and then I realized I really needed them.
So I couldn't get a second. Is that 4K or 1080p? What do you mean by 4K or 1080p? I've been wearing glasses my whole life. There are times I won't put them on. Yeah, I don't know where my glasses are. I think they're in the other room. I don't wear them anything past a certain distance. So right now, for me to this screen, is about the most I would want to get on a 2K monitor to where I'm going to start having difficulties reading. This monitor is a 1080 that is on. So what I'm saying where Michael is, if I'm not wearing my glasses, I do have to squint. This because I'm at that distance. Video or creating, it doesn't matter. I just render it whatever I want it to be. Normally I render in 4K.
I was barely getting by without glasses, and I was getting headaches all the time. And when I started
Squinting is hard.
Yeah, it's hard on your eyes.
It's just hard on everything. Your brain and everything. It's just putting a lot of pressure on stuff.
I had to do a Rainbow Dash impression.
Michael, since you seem to hate Rainbow Dash, do an RD voice impression.
I hate Rainbow Dash. She's like my second favorite horse.
Second favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, over the recolor.
Wait, over the recolor? No, she's under the recolor.
She's under. Oh, so. But if she's under the recolor, then that means Rainbow Dash is above.
No.
That was your words.
Rainbow Dash is the recolor.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter at that point. I don't even care if you're saying that Rainbow Dash is the recolor. You're still saying one's higher than the other, and you're saying the recolor is higher.
Derpy is higher than.
No, you said the recolor is higher. So which is the recolor? So now
I don't like this line of questioning.
Which is it you're going with here?
There's Muffins and Derpy. They're two separate horses.
No, they're the same. No, Michael.
Yes.
He's cheating. He's trying to cheat.
I gotta do Rainbow Dash. I'm Rainbow Dash. I got the raspiest voice of all the horses, but I'm also a lady horse. So I'm doing my lady horse voice, but it's also raspy. And this is my, I do stunts, and I fly east, and I eat little children. Because anyone who has a voice like this eats children for sure.
I never heard your mother's voice, but now I'm concerned.
My mother just sounds like this. What else would she sound like? So that's my Rainbow Dash. I'm Rainbow Dash. So it's never Rainbow Dash, it's Rainbow Dash. What about
It sounds like a menu item. Like would you like the Rainbow Dish?
Yes, it's the Rainbow Dash. Ditsy Do. Well, that is the thing. Derpy is the horse of many names, isn't she?
Did you see Midprem's new art she's working on?
Yeah, she's making another Derpy.
She's been doing it on stream. You haven't been there to watch.
Well, I've been busy.
Like playing Civ?
A little bit. Just the last couple days. I really love that game. Because it's my favorite turn my brain off game and just not think for a while. Which is weird to say about Civ, but...
The turn your brain off game, it's because you're getting old man mode. And you're going to be like, for the next 30 years, like, this is my game!
Hey!
Do they got some new DLCs?
No, I'm still looking forward to Civ 7.
No, you're not.
Because I feel like Civ 6,
No, Civ 6, once it gets to the end of its life, is going to have a ton of stuff. Civ 7 is going to have nothing when it comes out.
They added a bunch of stuff that's really not an improvement. It's just that...
It's not an improvement for you, but you're not the
I don't
market
know
anymore.
Anybody who likes the whole climate change aspect of the new Civ.
I think it's neat.
Yeah,
How many people do you know that play the game that have said that? And that weren't already a huge fan of 5?
That weren't?
Yeah.
I don't know anybody who wasn't a huge fan of 5 that's playing 6.
Well, then you're being biased. You have a preconceived
because you can
comparison.
plop a city down somewhere, and then all of a sudden a volcano can come and destroy it.
I know, but
out of nowhere.
But
what's the strategy in that?
But where's the control in that basis?
The control of what?
Everybody that you're basing it on has already played the game extensively on 5, meaning that they have an idea of what they already want in a game.
They have an idea of what's good.
You're already drawing your bias. Get the fuck out of here.
Look at that horse. She's cute.
I'm just adding some of this motion to try to make it look more natural in how she's going over there. Like when you're moving, you're not going to just A to B. You're going to dip because she's lifting one leg. Therefore, all of her body weight is shifting from 2 legs to 1 leg. You're going to be probably seeing a dip in the gravity. So that's where she's kind of going down. Then she'll compensate by pushing up. But her body's going to shift and move that direction a little bit. So it's just those little things to try to make it feel more realistic. That's what I'm kind of doing here. And I basically am like, what feels stiff? What feels unnatural? And I just keep poking at it until I get it to feel natural. Sometimes I don't know what that is. I just keep poking at things until I get it.
What sounds rehearsed? I can't remember things from 5 minutes ago.
That sounds rehearsed. It's more of conversations we've had before. And because Michael likes to have bias on things, and then I try to call him out on it, and then he's like, I don't have a bias, I just know what's good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's called a bias.
No, things can be better.
I know, but you
things.
can't as yourself be the only judge of such.
I went into Civ 6 with high expectations, and I thought it would be
Which is better,
game.
Half-Life or Fortnite?
That's a very different game.
I know, sure.
One has a story and one doesn't.
But I don't know if you play Fortnite.
Yeah, a lot. I used to play it a lot.
Okay.
It's been
there's no story in Fortnite.
Not really.
Not really, but there's a story.
You run towards the center and everybody kills each other until no one's
I know, but
left.
each character probably has a backstory, right?
No, they don't have backstories. Basically, there's a giant storm that's destroying the world, and everybody's doing.
I bet you if I went and looked online, I would find the backstories for all these characters.
All of them. There's like a ridiculous number now.
Yeah, probably, but they probably all have backstories. Banana probably has a backstory. I bet you they all do.
About the backstories.
But apparently some people do. If you're 12, they're gonna love it.
It's just a big old battle royale game.
But it's a shooter. That's just the current shooter.
Yeah, that's a very different game genre over Half-Life.
But if you were to ask somebody like that's younger, they'd probably be like we're talking about Half-Life, they'd be like, "Is it like Fortnite?"
And I'd smack a child.
I
don't want to smack a child, but I'd have to.
You know what? You can practice. Here's one right here.
Not that one.
Why not this one?
Because that one's adorable.
Oh, so if it's an adorable child, it's okay. No. But if it's an ugly kid,
well,
you can beat the crap out of them.
It's easier.
Well, is it easier? Are they weaker? Are their power level lower?
Well, you don't feel as bad about hitting ugly children. This is like, he's a horrible person.
Yeah, I'm working on trying to
slapping ugly children.
I'm trying to work up that narrative. You've just been taking a while. Thankfully, we're accelerating that progress today.
Oh boy.
So yes, Michael wants to.
Minecraft is a fun game.
Minecraft is a little different because it depends on how you play it and how much you play it.
Well, Minecraft is like the original true sandbox game, and it keeps adding on to itself, and the modding communities really turn it into a whole other thing. So, Minecraft's fun. But it's also a game I would not compare to Half-Life because it is a very different game. So
Tetris and Half-Life, which is better?
I'm willing to bet Tetris has sold more copies.
Probably.
Like,
well, I don't know.
It's been on just about everything in some form or another.
Tetris distribution and sales would be a different thing to measure. A lot of Tetris was probably in like
Game Boy and NES were the big ones.
well, what do you call it? Arcades. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where a lot of that was popularized.
Yeah.
And so the arcades, how do you do sales figures on an arcade?
Yeah, and there's Tetris 99 is still pretty popular, and that's
Well, that's because it's
Tetris.
free. If that game wasn't free, I don't think it'd be as popular.
Yeah.
Okay, I think her head is lifting a little bit too much here, so we're gonna try to bring it back down. Okay, how's this looking?
I first played Minecraft when it was in alpha. Like alpha 1.6, I think, is when I started playing it, and it was only $10 then when I bought it.
Minecraft? Mm-hmm. I think mine was about the same, but I don't remember. I don't have access to the email from that anymore.
Yeah.
So I had to buy a new copy.
When it was in alpha, it was only like $10. I think it's like 50 now. Something like that. I think you pay like the price.
No, it's not 50. It's like 30 at most. But yeah, it was discounted. I thought it was free for a while, like way back.
Well, maybe during the I bought it during alpha, so that would have been pretty far back.
Barely anybody, I think, would have been.
I just remember getting into a game and immediately playing with Redstone because Redstone had just come out at that point.
Oh, then that was
and it crashed the server.
They were working on it.
Yeah, they were working on it, but it was a pretty simple Redstone sign that just blinked on and off with my name. That's all it was.
Well, that sounds very self-centered.
Yeah, I just wanted to play with Redstone and I wanted to make something. I'm like, isn't this cool? And everybody just started screaming at me because it was crashing the server because it was not optimized at all.
Okay. And now, ever so slightly, we're going to unlock these.
And I am one of the people who started playing it because I did the Augscast. They had done like 6 episodes.
That was their big thing for a while, isn't it?
That was what got them started, and I started watching them when they were only like 6 episodes in. And that's what got me into Minecraft, was watching them. And then I really got into them. I watched the heck out of the Augscast. But yeah, they're kind of their golden days are kind of behind them, I guess. But they, at the top of their game, they started getting like celebrities and stuff. They had Warwick Davis in a lot to do stuff with them. If you don't know who that is, he was Willow in the movie Willow. He was in Harry Potter a lot too. Oh, the Leprechaun movies. He was the Leprechaun. So there you go.
This is going to be difficult to try to do, right? Trying to add just a little bit of a wobble to it. But I don't want to have it... I want to have it turned, but I want to have it where this wheel right here does not lift. And it looks like it moves a little bit to the side. So, move that there. The idea is I want to make
wheels going down.
Huh?
Why are those wheels going down?
Because of the gravity.
But that's not how scooter wheels work.
We're not working reality here. We're working in horse magic world. If I don't have it move, that would look weirder.
But scooter wheels are just solid plastic normally.
Yeah, nifty, but I'm pretty sure that this giant horse that probably weighs, I'll say, 1,000,000 pounds, moving on this tiny little piece of metal is going to cause it to move somewhat, but I don't have a bone there. So I'm going to do this, and I know you're going to have some other strange complaint, and I'm going to ignore it.
It can stand on clouds.
Because that looks fine. Probably reduce it a little bit. But there. That'll probably be the most I'll do. If I could actually bend the internal thing to make it work better, sure, but I can't. So I'm going to do this. Yeah, during alpha it was 10. When it was pushed into beta, it became 20. I think I got it during beta. But yeah, I had to buy it again because I just was well past the point. I remember getting it on mobile, like when it just came out. It was crap because like you only could work within like a 40 by 40 block radius, and there was nothing beyond that. So, how was your relationship with your father, Michael? Fortnite can die in a fire. I hate Minecraft is superior. Well, they're very different games, yeah. But also, like, I feel like the more popular something becomes, the more hate it gains. If something becomes big enough, people just hate the fact that it's big, and because they don't want to hear about it anymore. So it's a very, very successful game. But normally, too, if you're going to get something that popular, you're going to be hitting a ton of audiences, and usually you're going to be getting audiences you don't want to hear about. So I think that's a lot of it too. But just, it's big, it's a juggernaut, and nobody wants to hear about it. And small games are great because like most of the people that really like it really, really love it. But then if suddenly it blows up out of nowhere, then they're like, stay away from my game, and they get angry because now it's too popular. So, but they'll have no problem sharing it.
Yeah, I remember when Minecraft first came out, there was one after another Minecraft clones, and they were all awful.
Well, there still is. They're better clones. But I mean, like even like Starbound and Terraria and stuff, those are all Minecraft clones, but in a unique way.
Yeah, they're unique enough where I wouldn't call them clones.
They probably wouldn't have existed without Minecraft, though. They're very, very similar to they were inspired by Minecraft, but it wasn't a copy paste where they're saying, let's make. Oh, everybody likes cubes and mining, right? Well, Minecraft isn't just cubes and mining. It's not the style of it. The cubes are that way because the whole engine is based on that structure. Other ones are just saying, well, just make it cubes, but then work it in a whole different way. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Like, I would almost say, like, another game I really like, 7 Days to Die. I think it started out as a Minecraft clone, but I wouldn't call that what it is now. It's its own thing now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she needs to lean a little bit this way, too. Way too loud audio. As far as I can tell, everything's fine. I don't think I can even get it as loud. Yeah, even if I wanted to, I can't get it that loud, so it might be on your end. I test the crap out of it, so...
He's never happy.
Nope, I've gotten it. It's now at the point where I'm happy, so...
Until next week.
Essentially.
When something stops working the way you want it to.
Well, stop working is different. No, as far as I can tell, everything's fine. I'm barely hitting red, if anything. I can't even hit red if I tried.
You know what I hate that's super popular? Water.
Water?
Like, everybody's like, oh, water, you need to live. And I'm just like, whatever. You know what? I drink sand. Nobody's drinking sand. That's why I'm cool. Drink sand, kids.
No.
If you want to be cool, you'll drink sand.
No, the whole thing with the levels is as long as I'm sitting within the yellow range, which I'm hitting towards the middle or the high end, it's perfectly fine. I've been to plenty where people are quieter and people are louder, and it's all different based on where you go. So if you were somewhere previous that had something higher, then sure. But as of right now, before I used to have, it wouldn't be loud, but it was peaking on the end. I was just dropping the volume to not be too loud. Now I actually have it fixed. Yeah, its audio is a lot better than it used to be, I feel. It used to be a bit messy. Where am I? There. Or it would peak easier. Doesn't peak nearly as, or it shouldn't peak at all anymore. It's gonna be a Truly. I don't want. Or
You take your cup?
yeah, if you want to take my cup, it's fine. Mic arm's in the way. Michael's in error. Oh, he is. Gotta set it up. I think I do want to fix at some point. The light is right in the way between me and him, so I want to get to a position where he's not getting hit so much by the shadow. So I've said I can create a title. A title of what? Mike Wisconsin. We put in better Mike. No. You were gonna throw him hard and then you're like, no, he'll be mad.
Oh, firstly I was just gonna knock him on the floor and I was like, no, he'll be mad if I
Do you want chicken to murder?
I threw him into the fire. You guys just didn't see. Cause I'm a bad person. In a cool way.
You're hot in a cool way.
Yeah. Chicken's deep fried.
Deep fried chicken?
Mm-hmm. Don't say that around Scooby, though. It makes her nervous.
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to see adorable?
Yes.
Wait.
Nope.
No, that's fine.
Go to the dance. Let's go to dance. Yeah, go Scoots. She dance. She doing it. Yeah, she is doing it, guys. Look at her go. She's doing a Scoot dance. What's too much? She's scooting too much. She's just wiggling her foot. She's like, I gotta go foot. No. No. Screw. Screw, no. Somebody help. There you go. Gotta do, no.
Oh god, it goes.
Oh, no.
When you do the back and forth, this starts throwing your video in random directions. She danced. She was dancing. Hello, Jordan.
Dancing.
Oh, Waffles has a voice impression request for British ASMR.
I don't know what that is.
ASMR? You don't know what ASMR is?
No.
It's usually it's an audio sensory thing. So it's about being like where somebody is saying something in such a way that you get like the chills on your arms.
So like smooth.
So like being smooth, but like saying it softly and much closer to the mic.
It's like, I'm British. I like crumpets and tea. I'm so very British that I call my French fries chips. And I love eating bangers and mash 'cause I'm so British. Yum yum. Don't feel
It feels weird.
I'm incredibly British.
It's not about talking slow.
But
it's like you're trying to explain something in Barney the Dinosaur.
I love you. You the queen. Because we're a happy nationality.
Oh, my concern though is if I tell Michael to put it in his mouth, he's probably gonna actually. No, there's a. If you actually eat the mic, you're gonna lose quality on it. I was able to set it up so it works pretty well for most things, but if you eat the mic, like these are not eat the mic mics. You need a dynamic mic for doing that. These are condenser mainly because then I can move further away from it and not have to like be eating the mic.
I also don't want to like drool all over his mic. I don't think he would appreciate that. Oops. I drool enough on this mic when I wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Don't like drool in your sleep. That means yes.
How's that looking?
I like to dance. She's doing cutes. Screw's being cute. That's good. She deserves a juice box for her efforts and cuteness.
I wonder if I should have like the whole scooter drop a little bit here. I don't think that works as well. Nah. The turning thing is fine. It's subtle. Because one of my friends are fans Slendy Tubby stuff, I have no idea. And we plan to create an SFM show about the pandemic monsters. That's all. Okay, yeah, I don't know what you mean by our title though. In regards. Okay, so she gets to this point, and then she needs to go back to normal. Actually, I probably should have done this first. And then she's like, snap.
This has been a whole stream of just like Scootaloo looking at her foot. She's got you. It's not really a complicated motion, but there's so many other factors. So it's her interacting with an object that is interacting with the earth. And that's where there's, if I want to do the motions right, requires quite a few extra steps. Because I like doing it in pieces of like, okay, now she's going to dip into the motion. Well, now she's going to turn into the motion, but now the scooter is moving with her. So now what motion does she have to add to go with the scooter? And that's where it gets complicated. That would be super cute is if Scootaloo was like preening her wings, because that would be adorable.
The what?
Like, I'm thinking the one other thing that would be cute for Scootaloo to do is just like preening her wings.
But that has nothing to do with this video.
That's what I'm just thinking about more cute stuff Scootaloo could do. That would be pretty cute.
Well, why would she have to preen her wings? She doesn't fly.
Wow.
She's homeless too. You don't just have to keep clean.
She gotta keep her wings nice.
Why?
Because she's very proud of her Pegasus.
But she only has like 5 feathers.
And she takes very good care of them.
Well, maybe she got better care of them, she'd have no problem flying.
Oof.
Because she doesn't have her parents around to teach her.
Yeah, that is sad.
Are her aunts a Pegasus?
Her aunt. I think
Doesn't matter her name.
It's Aunt Lofty and Aunt Holiday, but I can't remember which one's which. One of them is a Pegasus.
You can't remember what you ate the day before, but you can remember the name of Scootaloo's aunts.
Yeah. One of her aunts is the Pegasus, but it's not the one she's blood related to. The one she's blood related to is an Earth Pony. Which I think... I want to say Auntie Holiday is the one she's blood related to. And then Aunt Lofty, which is the Pegasus, is her wife. I might have that backwards.
Okay, so this is again need to be a little bit more complicated. So, Ignore the blinking background. Can I just prevent that by doing this? Yeah, I can. It won't be that way in final. I can... Actually, I don't even think it actually causes that issue from this angle. Oh, the camera's not moving, I think. That's the point.
Giz, help me out, because I'm sure you know. Her mother's a Pegasus, but her father is an Earth pony, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to dip her down a little bit here. Okay, a little bit quicker. Up a little bit quicker in ending. Okay, well, let's do that. Step one of...
Well, Holiday
Scoots.
actually wants to take care of Scootaloo, so that does make her better than her father.
No, they care for Scootaloo. They just apparently felt that they didn't need to be there.
Yeah,
Which is, I think,
raise their daughter.
I think that causes some developmental issues.
Yeah, like in their defense, they eventually came back for her, but it was to tear her away from her entire life.
They're
So-
being immensely selfish.
Yeah, they're horrible people.
But, well, I wouldn't call them horrible people.
they're pretty bad.
Yeah, it would be parents that I would not want to have, for sure.
Like, when they finally decided, okay, you can stay, but we sold the house, so good luck finding a place to live.
Well, yeah, but...
And at that point, the aunt stepped in and were like, she can live with us. It's fine. Just go back to being awful.
Yeah, get the hell out of here.
Pretty much.
They have very important research they're doing. Yep, totally. But you had a kid. That's your life now.
Priorities.
I'm sorry, but you messed up, and you're choosing to fix that by messing up.
It's like, I can just see how that conversation goes. It's like, yeah, but the cake said they would watch her, like check up on her once in a while. It's like, you left a note on our door when you were gone.
Maybe that's what the problem with Scootaloo is, that she was fed so many cookies that she can't take off anymore.
Oh, it's saying.
She's just too heavy.
She had nothing but sugar because she was left to her own devices to decide what she ate.
Yeah. Well, it's because
She just ate taffy.
they're just Scoots was just like something chonk, and because that's what chonk looks like. And she's
It does look like just
she ate it. Well, it's like school. What is Scootaloo? What's wrong with you? And she's wait, that's the wrong one.
just one really big cookie in there.
Yeah, and then she looks down and she's like, I ate a hula hoop.
Oh no.
But then she's like, but look what I can do. And then she's like, ooh.
That don't seem healthy.
That's fine. Her spine's in there somewhere.
It's being shattered. Bye-bye. Getting rid of that cookie.
See, I was on a diet. I lost so much weight. It's like I lost all of it.
No, she's pretty hungry.
I'm also connected to the moon.
To the moon. Scoot coin.
Scoot coin.
It's to the moon.
Oh, I gotta undo the belly.
Oh, no, Scoots again.
There. Okay, no, she's back to normal.
It's creepy.
I'm Rumble. Chocolate. I like chocolate. Oh. It's like Scootaloo. I have you. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? There he is. Look, there he is. He's smiling. He's so happy. Got on my Scootaloo. And then...
Yeah, this guy...
Scootaloo is like, get away from me, monster.
That's kind of an episode I kind of wish they would have done. Just one of the CMC going on a date. It would have been adorable.
I think that would be a topic well past an 8 or 9 year old's age range.
What are you talking about? Like, puppy loves it.
How old is CMC?
I'd say like 10, 11.
So if a 10 or 11 year old went on an official date,
It'd be a puppy love kind of deal.
yeah, puppy love is fine, but going on a date isn't.
When I say date, they'd be going to like the malt shop or whatever.
It's a date.
Yeah, but it would definitely be with like Rainbow Dash or like Rarity or something like also there watching them as they like this thing.
We're gonna go off on our own now to get some coffee.
I went on a date when I was in middle school.
Yeah, but just because your parents set you up.
Oh yeah, they dropped me off.
No, they would have been the ones that were like, "Hey."
It would have been cute, okay? See,
No. It's legal.
cute, a little bit adorable.
What happens in games more often than I like? The hoop ring spins around her spine. Ah, okay, that's what it is. She's just, it's all skill. Actually, I did not take into account the bending of the arms yet. Because this would cause a bend in these. Oh, it's actually not the right direction. How would this bend? So the way I see, oh, actually it'd be bending like, probably like this, bending it in a little bit, and then these would have to. The reason I keep them locked is because I want to make sure that I have full control over how they're being positioned. Okay, but nonetheless, these forearms should lift a little bit. That one probably doesn't need to. Probably gonna bend these back a bit more. That should be fine for now. I'm probably going to add a little bit of something like right here. Or I'm gonna, oh, that's still locked. Here you are. See if I can. Oh, where's the scooter? There we go. Yeah, it's too early. Okay, I think I can undo both those and have it so that this motion goes forward. And then from here goes from here, so it goes back.
Does SFM use Wi-Fi? It's a complicated. I don't think you need to be connected to the internet to use SFM, but it helps.
Internet is different than Wi-Fi. No, you do not need any internet connection.
Man, if you want to download models, but you don't need it.
No, I've been disconnected from it before. It's been fine. But no, if you disconnect, you will not have access to any new downloads of stuff, and I think workshop items in general may not work. I cannot remember on that, but other than that, everything else should work just the same.
I don't think I'm in an area that I have to worry about hurricane season, personally.
You have blizzards.
Yeah, it does snow a lot here, and that's pretty awful. They tell me not to worry.
Jealous of the snow.
I hate driving in the snow.
Snow is pretty.
I can't stand the humidity of the South, but I can stand it because I kind of grew up in it, but I don't like it. It's far less humid up here, but the winters are awful.
You're fine. You're just a wuss.
I don't like driving on snow. I don't know why.
Then don't drive on the snow.
I have to go to work.
Then find a job that you don't have to.
But I like my job.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Find a different job.
Go work at Dairy Queen. Walk that one through the snow.
No, Dairy Queens are usually closed in the winter.
Really?
If the grill and chills will stay open, but normal smaller Dairy Queens that aren't a grill and chill will usually close down in the winter. There's just not enough demand.
Because they're eat ice cream in the cold winter.
You pull off the side of the road and you clump what's on the.
I feel like you could just like microwave the ice cream and then it would be hot dessert.
Yep, you have to. If you microwave your ice, it definitely just becomes cream.
But you just sell deep fried ice cream.
That's different.
Yeah,
I have had deep fried ice cream.
It's delicious.
It is. It's different. It's smoky.
I love it. I feel like Dairy Queen could just sell something else in certain markets.
That's what the grill and chills are.
Yeah.
The grill and chills have a much bigger food distribution, but like the smaller Dairy Queens that are just off and whatever, they are very specific to ice cream. They have foods too, but their sales aren't enough during the off year or during the winter to make up for it. So they'll usually close down. But that's definitely the small ones, not the bigger like grill and chill stuff.
It's been a while since I had ice cream. I feel like I had it not too long ago. Oh yeah, well,
at the Mall of America.
The Mall Meat, yeah, that was the first time I had it in a while.
Me too.
It was nice though. I don't think I had something I'd want to do at every Mall Meat though. I try to limit myself on that kind of stuff. I don't have much of a sweet tooth to begin with, so it's not that big a deal. But
they use winters. That's where the Dairy Queen collects all their snow for snow cones.
Yeah,
it's they have to do that then.
Man, snow cones are the worst. Like as far as desserts go, they are pretty low end.
We barely have to drive on it because of the plows. Yeah, normally as long as you're not driving during the storm, you don't have to deal with it much, or within an hour afterwards, maybe.
Sometimes it's a really nasty storm. I've had to drive through some pretty awful. Mm-hmm.
I've had times where I was driving home from work when I worked like a half hour from home, and the roads were so bad because it was still snowing that like I was going 30 down the freeway and I had no control. And I was just sliding in one direction, and I'm just like, it's Minnesota. Nobody was in the ditch the entire way home.
Like, this legit happened to me this year. The roads were so awful that I was white knuckling to the steering wheel, but it was so cold that it was well below freezing inside my car. And because my hands were exposed and I refused to let go of the wheel.
Because you refused to get gloves.
Well, I eventually got gloves.
After this,
I ended up getting frostbite on both of my hands.
Yeah, that's your fault. I've told you before. I
got gloves now.
There was the time when you were here visiting in like a January, and we're like, okay, Michael, it's really, really cold out. It's below 0. Don't breathe in through your lungs. Breathe through your nose, or like use your tongue to cover it. And so he's like, and he takes a deep old breath, starts coughing horribly, and gets pneumonia.
A little bit.
You got pneumonia.
Yeah, I ended up getting.
We say don't do this, and your first thought is, "I'm gonna do that anyway," and then you like suffered for it.
I think I got the flu is what happened.
Yeah, you don't do that.
I don't think the cold air gave me the flu. I think the disease.
No, there is correlation that I'm going to give causation here because it works to my benefit.
The plane probably gave me the flu.
You're patient 0 of COVID.
Yes, that's where it started. That was not long. Well, no, that was like a year before.
I'm not gonna lock chest 2. I'm gonna just turn chest 1. Where's chest 1? There you go. Oh, it's the shoulders that were locked. I'm gonna try to give a little bit more like lean to this.
I remember, Giz, the first time it snowed after I moved here, like the first big snow, I got onto the highway and I was already nervous because it was like the first big snow with me moving here, and everybody's like, oh, it's not that bad, you get used to it. Get on the highway. Very first thing I see as soon as I get onto the highway, the person in the fast lane spins out, does a 180 and slams into the center divide, and I'm just like I just like in a mild state of panic because I realize that I am in a horrible place.
You're fine.
The person in that minivan wasn't fine.
Yeah, because they're being stupid. Are you stupid?
I try not to be, but I can't always guarantee I won't be. It's like just life.
I was trying to be stupid, but oh dear golly.
Oh dear golly, stupid hit me like a stone. And stupid comes at you from nowhere.
You want to get really Kentucky there for a sec. As soon as you started talking stupid, you're like, oh, dear golly. Ooh, yeehaw.
I think one thing that somebody got on me when I was in high school, something I used to say all the time that was a little pretty Kentucky. So I used to be like, well, that's dumber than a brick of lead. And I used to say that all the time.
You know what? It's dumb,
sense.
And it doesn't make sense, but in that context, it does make sense. So.
It's like I used to say, it was like my catchphrase, like that's dumber than a brick of lead.
And why do you not say that anymore?
Because I like to think I've
evolved and you've improved
slightly from, like, I used to be, apparently once upon a time, especially when I was younger, I was very, very Kentucky. I've met people who are far more Kentucky than I ever was in Kentucky, people with super thick accents. But I used to be pretty bad. But over time, I've gotten rid of most of it. But I do sometimes fall back into it without realizing it. I try to pronunciate because it doesn't help in life to come across as an idiot. Except in certain situations, it's very beneficial.
Job interviews?
Job interviews, no. But certain social situations, I learned that nobody likes somebody who comes across as pompous. So sometimes coming across as an idiot is actually beneficial in social situations.
Well, yeah, ignorance sometimes, depending on if somebody you're dealing with already is in a position of wanting to feel superior, and you don't care, yeah, treating yourself like an idiot tends to get your way. So they think that they're in position of power, and you're just taking advantage of the situation.
A little bit, but I mean, if you don't want to, if you want to get on somebody's good side, sometimes playing the fool is just the best way to go.
People that make mistakes and like seem sometimes purposefully making a mistake or appearing to make a mistake makes you more personable, and it's just more beneficial. Mm-hmm. Sometimes being perfect is not what the situation calls for.
Nobody wants to deal with somebody who comes across as who thinks they're smart and lets other people know that they think they're smart. Nobody likes that guy.
Oh no, it depends on how somebody does it. It's not about being smart. It's about showing off
coming
that
across
you're
as
smart.
arrogant. That's
well, no,
what
arrogance is about not knowing something. It's to me about somebody that is smart and wants to make sure you know that they are.
Or at least wants them to let you know that they're smarter than you. Because definitely nobody likes
Nobody
that.
knows how smart you are specifically, and they can never know. Instead, they just try to flaunt as much as they can to try to present this aura of knowing everything. And I've had tons of situations where somebody will do that, and if I know that's what they're doing, and I'm like, yeah, everything you're saying I already know, and I'm way farther ahead of you on everything you're talking about. But yeah, great, yep. Awesome. That sounds really cool. And I'm not gonna, because as soon as you go and say like, yep, I already know that. I know everything you're talking about. Did you know this? Then you're demeaning the other person from their viewpoint, and they are just going to revolt.
You know what the best thing to do is? You just be like, yeah, that's the dumbest brick of lead.
No.
Just go right back to it.
Because I have a need to at least not be stupid.
That's sillier than a porcupine on a waterbed.
Today I learned Michael in his own journey. Yes, very much so. Yeah, as we established previously, COVID started within Michael's dating range.
That's a small range.
Your lungs can get frostbite. Well, your lungs are a warm, wet fluid, and when it gets cold enough, normally when you breathe in, one of the reasons to breathe through your nose is that your nose will filter, but also warm the air when it's going into your lungs. So that's why when it gets to below zero, like the super cold temperatures, breathing in through your nose helps capture some of the air and go through area where it will warm it up, so won't cause so many problems. If you're going to breathe heavily through your mouth, though, if you like kind of use your tongue to block it so it has somewhere to go, it'll help dissipate some of that cold. But if you just take a deep breath straight into your lungs from your mouth, that super cold air that's below freezing is now going to come in contact with super wet, super warm flesh, and it will cause it to freeze. And it is not pleasant. If you don't care and you just take a deep breath when it's super cold, like below 0 for Fahrenheit, you're going to probably immediately start coughing, and you're going to probably have pain in your lungs for like a day because you basically created ice crystals in your lungs. So that is not good for your lungs, and at that point you're not able to fight off any infections that might pop up like flu or anything as easily. So the best idea is cover your mouth, have something to filter it so that you're warming it before it gets into your lungs by just breathe through your nose, or be careful on how you breathe through your mouth.
Okay, well, they get paid for a voice impression, so I gotta respond to what you just said, but dumbly. It's like, you know what? It's just, I ain't Frosty Snowman. Everything you just said, that's dumber than a brick of lead. That's what that is. It's dumber than brick of lead. You breathe in the water, the air, it warms up inside you, so that's dumb.
That's what she
You're
said.
dumb as a brick of lead.
I don't know what you just said.
That's for the best.
One of the other thing, well, not one. This is something got. You know what? Let's do this. Boom.
Blame Nolan.
I'm gonna see if I can copy paste this. Okay. No, that did not work. There we go. now I can do this. Okay. No, one of the other things with cold is like in Minnesota, we have a dry cold. We don't have a wet cold. Wet colds are worse. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have a dry cold. Wet colds are like it's 20 or it's 10 below freezing, like so 20 degrees, and it's cold. It'll eat. Wet cold eats through everything. Dry cold doesn't, meaning that when it's like negative 20, it's almost always a dry cold. And if it's that cold, the main thing is just cover your skin and don't be outside for a long period of time. So if you're going to go outside, you could wear a thin coat and probably be fine if you're only out there for a couple minutes. In a wet cold, no. But if you're out there for a couple minutes on a dry cold, you just wear like a thin, you could wear a thin coat, don't. But it's as long as you just don't have the skin exposed. Wear gloves, wear a scarf, wear something, like I usually grow out facial hair longer to cover up, because any skin that's exposed on a super dry cold like that is going to get frostbite.
But see, that's hard to agree with, because I dealt with a wet cold in Kentucky, but it never got below like 15 in Kentucky. And it was a wet cold, and it was awful, but I also never got frostbite in Kentucky.
Because I'm saying that you always, in a wet cold, you always feel colder at that temperature. In a dry cold, it'll have to get much colder to feel as cold when you're wearing a coat. But any exposed skin is where it gets dangerous then. Mm-hmm. It's not about layering. It's about just keeping skin. Because if you have a layer of something over it, your skin is going to be in a more hydrated environment from the heat that your body is producing. But the dry cold is like, it can be down to like 10 or 20%. It gets dry. And your skin is just going to get immediately, like I can get out of the shower on a really, really cold morning. If I were to go outside afterwards, I can feel my skin crunching up. It's nasty.
It is, yeah, but if I had to guess which one's more dangerous, the super...
Walmart gave you gloves because they felt bad?
They gave me gloves because there was no price tag. And
so
the lady
they felt bad.
just gave me them. They were the only pair that fit me that they had. Because everybody was scrambling for winter stuff when it got like negative 20 out. And I went to 2 different stores to try to find gloves. And I found a pair, but they had no price tag on them, so I took them to one of the workers there who I asked her, okay, I found these gloves, I want to buy these gloves, please help me buy these gloves. And she looks at them and there's no price tag, and she's like, are there any other gloves over here that's like these? And I'm like, no, that's the only pair. And she's like, well, they're in pretty gross shape and I would consider these damaged, and it is our policy not to sell damaged goods, so just take them. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yes. So I'm like, awesome. And I got some free gloves. So that's that story.
So they treated you like a homeless guy.
They treated me like a homeless guy who found damaged gloves.
There's a homeless guy.
Yeah.
You pulled him out of a dumpster.
Yes.
Was that what you did?
It was Walmart, so yes.
Do you have like a pair of rags in your back of your trunk, and you're like, when you need free stuff, you just go like homeless dumpster diving?
I mean, I would have had a better shot, because essentially at the Walmart they just had this big bin of gloves, like random gloves they threw everything into, and everything was tore apart by the time I got to them. Price tags were missing, the gloves were separated. I had to dig to find one glove, and I had to dig for like another 15 minutes to find the other glove. And I found both of them, but there was just no price tag, and it was just a big mess of gloves. But I got lucky.
A big mess of gloves.
A big mess of gloves.
And that was after me giving you shit for it. Because you're like, I got frostbite on my hands. Yes. I didn't think this would be a problem. I'm like, I told you to freaking gloves.
Well, my heat wasn't working at the time either.
Yeah, I know. Don't blame the heat. Blame the fact for you that when it's broken, you didn't do anything about it.
I figured it out.
The heat, eventually. Yeah, but you didn't go and get gloves to prevent damage.
Eventually, after the damage. Because I knew I had a pair of gloves around somewhere.
My house started on fire, and it was after that moment I learned I should have house insurance.
My hands are fine. They healed.
They're fine. I can't bend this finger, and this one has no feeling, but it's fine. Man. Fine to me means The bare minimum.
You want to hear a story about not having a fang feeling your finger? My great
No,
it's a good story.
no, they're all good stories, just in a bad way.
No, like my great grandfather, and this was before I was born, so my mom told me this story. He was doing something, and he managed to actually hack off his thumb, like clean across. He cut off his thumb. Well, my great grandfather, he lived out in the mountains of West Virginia, so there wasn't a hospital for freaking 100 miles. So my great grandmother essentially said, well, let me try to sew it back on. So just needle and thread, she sewed his thumb back on, and she actually managed to keep it alive. Like his thumb was still alive. He couldn't really use it all that well. But one cool trick he would always do to freak out kids is his thumb the bone never mended and the muscle never mended, so he could bend it all the way back to the back of his hand. And like he would just take his thumb and bend it so that it was touching the back of his hand, and he would like freak out all the grandchildren with it, including my mother.
I love how in Kentucky it's considered a feature to be broken.
Like, I thought it was fairly impressive that she managed to just like sew his thumb back on and actually have it not die.
Well, apparently it didn't work too well.
No, the muscle and the bone never mended right, but it had blood flow apparently. Good old country medicine.
I feel like it's still moving a little bit too far that way. Okay, I'm going to call it good, but I'm going to smooth this because I feel like it's not... Okay, now we're going to try this. And this is going to destroy the smoothing, but...
Exactly, Sir Edward. I'm sure my great-grandmother was a fine sewer. Apparently, she passed away right before I was born, according to my mom. Didn't know one great-grandmother pretty well who didn't pass away till I was like 21. Got to know her pretty good.
Okay, I don't think that motion works. It kind of feels like it slides. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, it feels like it's sliding that direction. No, that's even worse. Okay, we can't use that bone. Do this. Can I do this? No. Fall-offs for very small changes that especially affect position do not work well. And in this case, it's very position focused. Okay, let's try that. That's pretty good. And well, she isn't affected by it right now. But I do want to have her affected by it. So let's have her head do a little bit of a turn this way.
So cute.
And now she's going to be affected by it ever so slightly. Mainly by her head just doing this.
It's adorable. She's like a poof. You give so much life to these characters. I love it.
This is what takes a... I've said before how it's always getting the most of the way there takes the least amount of time, and it's always about that extra step that takes the most. And that's what all this extra stuff is taking that extra step. Is like, I haven't even done the wings yet and the tail. That's going to be a whole separate thing. But those are extensions from her. So I don't consider that part of this pass on animating, because any of those passes, I can freely change those at any point without impacting anything else. It's just reacting to everything else that's there. Right now, I'm working on the animation that is impacted by other things, of things that are impacted by the scooter, because she is interacting with those objects. Her hooves, what is it interacting with? The ground or the scooter. That's the stuff I'm worried about. Her head, I probably wouldn't need to be too worried about, but to me, it is a pretty integral part of the animation, so I do include that in here. But her wings and her tail, whatever the rest of her body does, I'll just make the wings and tail work. That's why this is red right now and not orange, though I haven't done anything with Rumble either. So,
yeah, but who cares about Rumble? Everybody's eyes is on the cute horse.
But then, actually, these ones I can probably delete.
But why?
Because they're not needed.
But no.
They
were cute.
They have been destroyed. And Scootaloo finds enjoyment in this. Rumble is cooler than Derpy, and I haven't even seen his episode yet.
Wow, Giz. I feel like that's just a slight at my expense.
Who needs a medical degree when you know how to sew?
Yeah.
Mr. Edward, you almost should quote yourself on that one.
Like, and that's what they did. They just kind of took care of themselves up there. My grandparents were very much from mountain people. I think they even
They were from mountain people.
Yeah. They even did a horror film. I don't remember the name of it, but the whole film was about evil, crazy mountain people. In West Virginia, and the area that they seem to be in is the exact same area my family's from. Like they actually used real road names for the area that they filmed this thing in.
And you knew those road names?
Yeah, my mom knew them because she spent a lot of time.
That's not you.
Well, no, she knew them. I'd been up there for family reunions. I didn't remember the names. My mother did remember the road names. And she's like, oh, geez. And she actually showed it to my grandfather who grew up there. And he's like, that's ridiculous. Because it was just about crazy hillbillies in West Virginia murdering, like, people who weren't from the area who went up there for one reason or another.
Did that happen?
Not to my awareness, no.
Well, yeah, that would make sense. I hope you're not aware of it, because if you were...
Well, it wouldn't have been me. It would have been my grandpa.
Oh, okay. It's still in your blood.
The crazy hillbillies in my blood. I think I just remember one part of the movie where they were just putting barbed wire across the road, and then they would pop people's tires and then drag them out of their car and like murder them. It was a crazy movie. I can't remember what it was called though.
Michael's autobiography.
I hope to retire up there one day, so that I can kill the random tourists. No, it wasn't The Hills Have Eyes. That one's
That
super
does sound
creepy.
like a Michael movie, though.
This was just normal people. I just remember there was...
This is just normal people?
Well, they were normal.
In The Hills Have Eyes?
No, not The Hills Have Eyes. The movie I'm talking about. It was just like normal hillbillies, not mutant hillbillies. The only thing I really remember about the movie, I think it was like an 80s movie, is that 80s or 90s, is that there was a gas station that had a guy at it who was relatively normal. He was just like, well, what are you doing up here? Like, you don't want to go any further up that road because the people I'm pretty crazy, but they get crazier up that way. And the guy's like, whatever, I'm going to go out there anyways.
Well, it wouldn't make much of a movie if they're like, don't go that way, it's very dangerous. He's like, thank you for the advice, I will turn around now. And they leave, and then they're like, credits roll.
But I remember in one part, he was just like, you got a payphone? And he points towards the payphone, and it's like not even connected. He's like, it doesn't work. He's like, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, anytime you hear somebody say that, it's like foreboding.
Yeah. It's like
Michael, the finale. We don't even have a start. It's just right to the finale.
Just the fact that it was like the area my family was from was funny.
The Mountain Men?
Yeah, even if you told me the name of the movie, I wouldn't remember. I just remember watching it one time, and my mother laughing her her butt off because she thought it was funny. That was.
Is that better or worse?
It was probably like, holy crap! I can't wait to show this to my parents because they're gonna be so upset. That the area they grew up in is the area that these people considered is like where all the crazies live. I did have to bring up with my mom one time because there was only 3 families that lived in the entire area, and my grandfather.
That explains a lot for the genetic code.
Yeah, I brought that up with my mom one time. I'm like, she's like, there was only like 3 families that lived in that whole area for 100 years, and I'm just like, yeah. So you have to imagine there was a lot of them marrying into each other over and over again. He's like, no, and then she got kind of like denied. No.
I mean, like, where else do the babies come from? They import them?
I'm sure they did their best to
They did their best? No, they didn't.
They did their best not to marry into each other too much. But you did only have 3 families.
They probably learned to like reproduce asexually. Like, why do I even need anybody? I got my own genetics.
Super Hills had eyes. Like,
Super Hills have eyes?
Very much.
She wobbles a little bit too much.
I think it's good my grandparents moved out of there just for that reason.
Let's reduce that wobble a little bit. Yeah, maybe.
She's adorable.
She's got a little bit too much of a wobble though.
You spent all this time giving her wobble, and now it's too much wobble.
No, because my idea is anytime I'm going to add something, I put too much of it in. And if it's enough, great. If it's not, I can reduce it. But if it's not enough, I can't add to it. So it's easier to go too far than not far enough. To me, she shouldn't be wobbling, doing the excessive wobble. You might have ended up with 3 hands. Imagine having 3 hands.
That would be useful.
Well, but what if one didn't work?
Well, that would be less useful.
I mean, how would your brain be programmed to work with a 3rd hand?
I don't know. Don't people sometimes like have a Siamese twin that doesn't fully form, but they have like use of the extra limb or something?
How do you know? I mean, how often have they lived far enough to make use of it?
Well,
Ask them questions.
I think Siamese twins tend to live. Like, I'm talking about one that's just an arm. Like, not even like there isn't a second brain. There's only one brain. There's only one person, but there's still like a leg or something. Like, I feel like they have some small function.
But there still has to be a part of their brain that's programmed to utilize that part of their body.
Yeah.
And like, there's people that it's actually a dominant trait to have a 6th finger.
And they have use of that finger?
I don't know, because most of the times they cut it off when they're a baby. Mainly because it's still rare. It's a dominant trait, but it's rare. And it's because our entire society is built around 5 fingers. And so them trying to get through life with the 6th finger, whether it's usable or not, would probably be very difficult. And gloves wouldn't work in any way. Like, how do you train them to use certain things and whatever? It's just, or how do you flick people off? You got 2 middle fingers.
It's very important.
You gotta go like,
That's pretty offensive.
You suck
it. See, now my feelings are all hurt.
My motto's don't worry, it will get worse.
Don't worry, it'll get worse. It's a good motto.
Suri, why are you still awake? You said you were going to go to bed like 2 hours ago. We are over.
We are. Did I finish my drink? I didn't even finish my drink.
Well.
I'm a slacker. Okay, now it's finished. You just woke up.
Just woke up. You slept 2 hours?
It'd be a 3-hour nap if you went to bed right at the start of the stream.
think I'll keep that. Okay, well, it may not look like much, but being able to animate most of what Scootaloo has here and the detail that I have for it, actually, I got a lot done. Like, this is, I went through a lot of, like, the standard process for stuff, of, like, adding on details, and it is mind-numbing on a lot of stuff of just, like, layering and layering and layering and layering on top of each other. Most of what I would want to do for her is done. I think I still feel like the end is a little bit too extensive of a wobble. I might decrease that a little bit, but I need to figure out what I want her to do when she gets there, because she's already going to be like is she angry or
she got
and I thought about doing a camera change there, but I thought I might not, because then it's going to be just, I don't want to have another camera change that's very similar to Applejack on one of the previous shots when I did a zoom in. I don't want to just keep copying that, so I might do a slight zoom in, but not much. But then it's fine, because you just go zoom and then she's fine.
Poor Scootaloo.
Oh, she's fine. See, she's right there. She's fine. I was thinking about how to do the Sweetie Belle thing earlier too, and I was trying to come up with some ideas, because my main thing is right now this is going to have them running around Ponyville. I'm trying to think of, like, how do I have them run around within the boutique? So I'm thinking about making them all really small, so the background feels like it's passing at a different speed, and then just having them run through that really quick. So it looks like she's just going through this whole building at top speed, even though it makes no sense. It's like a Tom and Jerry when they're running down hallways for like freaking 80 feet.
Yeah. I'm a little disappointed I haven't heard back from that artist yet for the outside building. I mean, it already exists, or it should already exist.
No, that's fine. Okay. No, I don't need the outside building. I'm just going to jump to the inside.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually got a good amount done. This one I can't consider orange yet, because I just have to do them, but it's very close. This one, once I get him smoothed out, basically be orange as well. So this one will be easy. This one actually won't be that difficult. For how long it is. This won't be too bad too, because I can probably just keep Applejack the same and just clean up her a little bit. She isn't like being eaten by the tractor. So the hardest scenes here were this one for the scene building and this one for the animating. All the rest are pretty easy. So I'm just starting with the hardest stuff, because that's the way I've always had the mentality of start with the hard stuff, because if you're going to hit a roadblock, it's going to be in the hard stuff. And you don't want to hit a roadblock after putting in all the effort for other stuff and have to change something drastic. So start with the hard stuff. But yeah, good amount done.
Yay.
Yep, getting there. I've been wanting to have this one done for a while, but it's the Argo Zone stuff, delayed stuff. Then trying to do some research for the podcast stuff, which I had stuff locked in, and then some of the stuff became unavailable. Thanks for the follow, Cameron. And so I had to readjust some of the stuff. I had this whole great deal for mics that were going to be set up, and then like they're no longer available. So I had to completely redo my plan on that just yesterday. So I finally figured out the table situation. So I'm going to do the table lights and audio, and then figure out the backdrop stuff later. So getting there, but lots of stuff to think about. I'm gonna close all this stuff. So we are done for today. I am probably going to be streaming tomorrow's as well for doing some more Mass Effect stuff. Thank you. Oh yes, Raid. Thank you. I will. Let's check who sees on.
You ain't derpy, by the way.
Oh, there's a bunch of people on. Actually, you know what? Okay, Fiora. I've been rated in mid-prem a lot, but Fiora rated
Poor
recently.
Jay only has one person.
So I think we should probably raid Fiora. No, his YouTube is where he does most of his streaming. So it's just not as much in here. So let's raid Fiora. So I don't want to just raid mid-prem every time. Well, we're just like going into Inception. Like I want to see if I do like a wave thing here. Is it going to just...
It's fun.
Okay. All right, let's do that. What is that picture? We made it during a stream a while back. We'll go here. Okay, so we'll do that.
Okay.
Hold on. No, I have to click the button.
But I want to say goodbye to everyone.
Oh yes. Well, I'm gonna click the button, but we're gonna jump to Kitty in the meantime because I want to have the credits roll. But thanks everybody for follows and subscriptions and bits and stuff. Argo is best Argo. But yeah, like I said, I will be streaming at least tomorrow some more Mass Effect stuff. So if you're interested in that, we did quite a bit today. I streamed for like 6 or 7 hours. It was a lot of fun. So I'll probably be doing that tomorrow afternoon for however long I feel like going, and all that. So. I could probably click the button now, just so we can start it. I don't know what they're doing. It's Dungeons and Dragons, so we're just gonna have an adventure when we get there. Okay. I will see you all later. No, it's bye-bye. It's not why. There's no W in it.
There could be. If you believe.
In Kentucky.
So now it's like, you get by, y'all.
No, they'll be like, get out, get out, y'all.
We gotta get out here. We gotta go drink the beers.
Okay, we're gone. Where's my raid?
They got like a whole setup thing. That horse is in a tank. Oh, my face.
I probably should stop recording. Hello, Titan. I was like typing the end of these. You're probably never going to see it, who knows. But